I'm already fucking up. Damn it. Go easy on me. It's my first time restreaming a DSP thing. Welcome out to YouTube, everyone. Yeah, so I put it up to the space that I didn't see anyone restreaming, and chat's not doing bingo tonight. So I figured, fuck it, I'll take one for the team. Then I just got my recommendations, and Deshaun Tilbury's restreaming. I was like, oh, we do have a restreamer, but I've already committed to it, so fuck it, let's do it. I'm using Raw Phil, obviously, because fuck Phil, giving him clicks and views. I got some speed up shoes built. Just want to read some of his chats there. Also, I have to talk about Fallout 76 today. Lol. He really doesn't want to. It's all like, people are having fun in Fallout 76. What else does a dipshit say? Go back here. Now they're back, likely because YouTube destroyed home pages and no one uses them anymore. What? I'm moving videos around, making sure the right ones are highlighted for the channel and the ad played on it, which is funny because home page ads were disabled for 10 years. What? At DSP, are there going to be more spoilers about the TV show? I'm on episode 8 right now and so close to finishing. Yeah, you would be so close to finishing. Oh, God damn it, soundboard. Hang on a sec. I think it does this every time I switch headsets. Yeah, every single time. Uh-huh. Oh, Roxy, damn it. I'm feeling it. Yeah, Maxo Turbo. Are you going to be doing more spoilers about the TV show? I'm on episode 8 and right now, and I'm so close to finishing. I'm so close to finishing. Shout out to Vega for... I have to actually find the Magneto sound bites to get a cleaner one there, because I just kind of took that from his, because he went to it with. This time about Noon's 81. I want to keep spoilers off podcast, hence the live review on Wednesday that I did. All right. I built us the speed issues. Is he live yet? Are you fucking kidding me? You're still not live? Holy shit, you are late. Oh, no, there you are. Okay. The fuck is this shirt? Okay, long intro, short intro. Oh, he has a short intro. Oh, God. Oh, I timed it perfectly. I had to do that stupid guitar riff, right? Yeah, listen to ActRaiser. All right. I'm gonna try to have some background music in here. Just kind of break out there. Hello, honey. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Jad wasn't streaming today, so I was like, ah, fuck, I'll do it. Also, I just realized I'm out of alignment. Nope. There we go. That's better. Hey, I gotta fix my camera. Okay, so how far are I behind? I'm like 4 minutes behind. Okay, I'm gonna do the Jad thing, 1.25 speed. Last name of the main girl fall is Purnell. Oh snap. Sure. All right. Hopefully it's not super duper loud. I don't have a volume booster thing because, like, for me, I find like it's just the right one there. All right. Chad, why couldn't you be streaming? I'd rather watch your stream to do it myself. All right, it's time for the guy. Let's go. Oh, what the hell? Oh, do I have YouTube muted? Oh, I do. Hang on. Sorry. I had stuff on other stuff on the go there, so I was trying to figure it out. Betsy Lewis, hi, welcome to the stream. We're still doing Fortnite tonight for date night. If you want to, honey, it's your stream. We can do whatever you want. I am cool with Fortnite. I mean, nice. We do have the reboot rally stuff we haven't finished, so maybe that'd be good. Okay, let me that's ominous music. All right, let me crank him up there because he's usually pretty quiet. I think Raw Phil has a booster on so we can all hear him do, but all right, let's go with this shit.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, I should also state I'm not doing bingo, so no prizes or anything. We're just here to endure the guy. Give this a try because I've never done a live react to Phil before. Like we've done his other stuff, but never a live react. But okay, we still 1.25 speed. Here we go. Yeah, he's gonna be doing Blanca and Helldivers. Fuck.
Welcome to a brand new week of streams. I'm excited because we'll be continuing on with many of the awesome playthroughs and or multiplayer games that I've been doing. And right now, the internet is abuzz with Fallout Mania as a result of the very successful Fallout TV series. On today's show, we'll be talking a lot about this, including how the games have been treated and or how people are reacting to them who are playing them for the first time, some plans that I have possibly for Fallout content coming up, and of course, my live review of the show that I did back on Wednesday night, plus Phil's Day Off, all this and more on today's Level 1 podcast.
All right. Doing this shit. Oh, and also, I know this is Family Justice cover, but I get in trouble whenever I play. Okay, we get to hear about Phil's Day Off. So great.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, his review was terrible. It was just basically like, I like this and this. He did it like I don't know if modern day critics do this. I don't watch critics all that much anymore, if at all. But back in the day, it was just like, you know, the Doug Walker style of, I'm just going to summarize the entire thing. And that's my review. It's like, no, that's not what reviews are. Reviews are, you know, you give an overall thought of everything. Maybe you can tell some beats, but other than that, no, you don't. The whole thing. That's what Phil doesn't seem to do. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna do the stupid day off, which is gonna be like, oh, we went out, got food and pet supplies. I wonder if we're gonna get a thing breaking because there's like this really big event in WWE Champions right now with zombies and a zombie Hogan. Anyways, here we go.
And welcome everyone to the show. As I said, a brand new week of stream starts right now. Today is Friday, the 19th of April, 2024. Now, before we even begin with today's podcast, it's funny because you may notice the Street Fighter 6 border. Well, I've actually really enjoyed getting back in the Street Fighter 6 over these last couple of weeks, and so I wanted to bring back some of the classic borders from last year.
Oh,
but it's
why am I? Oh,
we're going to be talking.
I hate when it does that. When it highlights the last thing I clicked on. You've not been enjoying Street Fighter, Phil. You've been raging and casual matches. You've been rage quitting casual matches. You're not enjoying Street Fighter 6. What the
a ton about Fallout, and I didn't use my Fallout border. The reason
I did the thing.
I
here.
used it a lot. I actually used it back on Wednesday's show, and I was like, it probably wouldn't be appropriate to just keep using it nonstop. So
I don't know why, because Fallout is like super hot right now. You probably should be sticking to things that are really, really hot right now. But that's just me.
A little bit of variety to the stream today. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. Now, before we even begin, I just want to let you all know there will be no Fallout TV spoilers on this stream, at least coming out of this mouth. You know, I can't stop what other people do on the internet, but as for me, I will not be spoiling the Fallout TV series. Reason being, I already did a Season 1 live review over on my React channel, DSP Reacts, and it was pretty in-depth. You know, an hour was a summary and my thoughts about that, and then the next hour was very interactive, talking about the lore and everything. Lots of back and forth dialogue, which I really enjoyed doing, and if you want to watch that, you can actively go check that out on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@DSPreacts.
I love the pointing. Is the pointing every time they here's how you put it in your URL, youtube.com/@DSPreacts. He truly treats his audience like idiots.
I am well aware that many of you are probably watching the show or planning to, and I don't want to have any spoilers on my
Oh god, look at the jiggling. Like, focus in on his arm and his right titty. Like, look how bad he's jiggling today.
podcast. That's literally the reason why I wanted to do that live react style show. We had a fun interactive conversation already, and
Did you really? Because it seemed to me like I was watching ALT and Tractor Beam re-streaming you guys, and I was watching Piece of Pieces as well. It seemed to be like 90 minutes of you summarizing, and maybe you took one or two questions from chat. Because I'll tell you, nobody gave a fuck about that. Like, there's more activity now in his stream now than there was at DSP Reacts. Because in DSP Reacts, it was all Nightbot. It was just like, hey, nominate a video for me to watch. Hey, give me a super thanks. Give me a super chat. Give me a tip.
now I don't have to talk about plot points and things like that on this show, okay? So go check out the live review if you haven't seen it yet. It's 2 parts, about 2 hours of content. But the thing is,
it's really good, guys.
Still watching. You'll probably go check out that video once you finished yourself, correct? And I'm happy that that will be there for you. Now, let's get started. First of all, you know, coming back from my day off, and had a great day yesterday. I'll talk about it today. Actually, was not nearly as annoying or stressful as I thought it was going to be, which is always a good thing. You know, on my day off, that's the day when I basically do everything.
Oh, annoyed. You're on fucking thin ice. Is that a women's shirt? Oh my god, there's horses on it. Phil, you've got to be self-aware. You gotta be self-aware. People are gonna say, like, is that a cat shirt? Because of the horse.
Everything. I run errands. I spend some time with my wife, have a nice meal at home that we order in so we don't have to cook for once a week. Clean the house.
Although you probably should be. Honestly, the DoorDash thing is crazy, but like probably you should do it because apparently last Saturday she was too stressed from cooking. She couldn't go upstairs to play video games with you.
Things like that. You know, we do everything. Everything is crammed into like one day because that's the one day a week I'm not streaming. So yesterday was no exception. But incidentally today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about a game that I was interested in because of the whole Fallout Mania going on. Yesterday, my wife checked out Fallout 76 many years later. You know, that game came out, what, 2 years after Fallout 4? 1 year after Fallout 4? I'm trying to remember exactly when it was. It was either 1 or 2 years after, so it's old at this point, right? It's like a good...
You could do this thing called, I don't know, Google. But no, that's too much work.
7-year-old game. A humongous flop when it first released. Excuse me, and it took them many years to update that game to make it feel like a game that was worth playing. And so, my wife, now being into Fallout Mania like everyone else, wanted to try a Fallout game. Now, recently, she already played Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4 in the last couple of years. So, she was like, what do we play? What's left? 76. So, she tried it yesterday, and I'm going to talk about it today on the show. My thoughts. Okay? Cool. But, outside of that...
Are they really your thoughts, though, if you didn't play the game? They're your wife's thoughts. How about you hold that off until Saturday when you're, like, tomorrow night when you're supposedly going to have her on stream? But no, we can't talk about other games while we're playing the other game. You're just too confused.
Yeah. Today, I'd like to recap a little bit about how my live review went and the possibility of doing that kind of...
Possibility? I wish I had the T on there, but I've already taken so much stuff from Jad and Viga. I don't want to take other sound bites, but yeah, the way he the T's, Twitter, responsibility, TTT. What is wrong with you?
Of content in the future. I want to talk about obviously Fallout Mania and everything that's going on now in the gaming universe because of this show, and I also want to talk about me possibly playing the game. Well, the franchise, I should say. There's not one game. There's many games in the franchise, and what exactly that should be. I have some ideas. Plus, of course, the usual schedule update and, you know, all of that. So, let's begin, shall we? So I think what we should do is start back on Wednesday when on the late stream, I did my live review of the Fallout TV series over on my React channel, okay? And let me put it this way. I really liked doing it. I thought that it was very fun to sit there with a live audience to recap a show that I just watched over the course of a week, and then to give you my direct thoughts about plot points of the show, lore, what this means for Fallout, etc. It was a really good 2-hour show, in my opinion. I really...
However, but he's gonna say it, isn't he?
Enjoyed it, and in general, those that were there seemed to have a great time. You know, the first hour was a lot of me just blabbing, but then after that, it became completely interactive for the second hour, and once we got that dialogue going back and forth...
He said it was gonna be an interactive stream, but like you literally just blabbered on for an hour, wouldn't take input. If you wanted it to be a fully interactive stream, you just would have started talking to the chat about the show right from the beginning. You wouldn't have wasted an hour basically like spoiling stuff, and also just saying, oh yeah, that guy from Twin Peaks was in it. What's his name? I don't know. Also, it was forgive my pronunciation, it's Kyle MacLachlan. He's been in other stuff too, like Dune, Flintstones. I think he was in Showgirls. But yeah, he's done tons of stuff. I remember he was on Law and Order for an episode where like some bully killed his kid and got away with it. So he like took a cop's gun after the court hearing, shot the kid, killed him, but then got off with an insanity plea.
People really
that was a really good episode.
Themselves. However, two important points to make here. Point number one, not a lot of people were there. You know, for the first ever live review, you know, I wasn't sure how it was going to go. There was maybe 200 to 250 people there. And you might say...
And most of them were LARPers. I can say for a fact they were LARPers because I think WPIG were sending people over to LARP. But yeah, like, you know, read the room. If something's not working, you gotta kind of have to move on to something else. I don't think he's going to do another review style stream like this, just because nobody cared.
Say, well, is that good or bad? Well, typically on any given Sunday when I do my React show, DSP versus the internet, we get around 300 people. So it's definitely less than that. What you have to realize is that we had a lot of people who were staying away because they haven't finished the show yet. And I think what will happen is now, as people watch and finish the show, they're then going to go check out that review, which is perfectly fine, and I'm happy for that. Keep in mind, the show is long. It's 8 episodes, and each episode is longer than an hour. So to consume 8 hours of a TV show and then watch the review, you know, not everyone was watching as much as I did, correct? So, I'm happy for those who did watch it that they seem to have enjoyed it, but definitely didn't get giant attendance, and it
672, you're on thin ice. You should have waited like you waited to play Helldivers. Oh. What's it says? Did not attend, not even start the show yet. Game of the Year contender next week. Oh, you're on thin ice. I think Stellar Blade comes out. You are really pushing that Stellar Blade thing.
Hasn't gotten giant views. To give you some perspective here, the first video, which is the recap and me giving brief kind of snippets of what I thought about the plot, is about 700 views. And the second video, which is basically me excuse me, going back and forth with the live audience, talking about the lore, talking about the changes between the games, talking about implications, plot points, what I liked, what I didn't like. It was basically all opinion, right? The first video was more objective. The second video was more subjective. The second video has way less views. The second video is like, I want to say like 500 views, if that, I'm not even sure. So, yeah, listen, for videos on that channel, the views are decent. They're better than my typical videos on the channel. But for a special project, yeah, not doing that great. But I think maybe that's because people are still watching the show. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's just not a lot of interest in my fan base right now. I just don't know. But I really enjoyed doing it. I thought it was a great concept. And people seemed to think it was going to be a good concept. But I don't know how it will pan out. Is this more of a slow burn thing where people will check it out over time? Or is it just that was the initial wave of views and that's it? It's not going to get any more views.
Well, I mean, that's generally how it goes, Phil, especially with you. Like, there's initial interest, and then there's also the people that give you the views because they're fishing for comments or anything you've said that they can put into a video. I mean, that'd be detractors. Like, it's not going to catch the eye of someone new coming in saying, like, oh, what's this? He's got a big enough reputation, I think, where people are just like, oh, this is a Dark Side Phil thing? Fuck this, I ain't watching it.
I don't know. The audience that was there was pretty engaged. People seem to enjoy themselves, but I'll be
pretty engaged. Yeah, there was this one guy called Nightbot. He was talking up a storm. I almost told everyone to ban him. All right. There's several screenshots from that where it was just like Nightbot, 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 Nightbot. Nobody was chatting.
very transparent here. When it came to support on that stream,
there it is.
One very, very large and generous super chat. It would have been pretty much like a slow night stream, which ain't great for a special project and something that I'm trying to do to get more variety for that channel. For those who don't know, the DSP Reacts channel started off as a much bigger concept. It was supposed to be me, yes, doing the weekly clips react show called DSP versus the internet, but
which is boring as piss and everyone quit watching. I don't think I know a single detractor other than Raw Phil here that actively watches the React streams anymore. Decepticon used to do it a lot, and then he stopped. I just look because like that stuff, like I'm sure like Meerkat did a few of them there, but like it's objectively dog shit. Like it's just him just kind of sitting there going like, meh. Wow, that's interesting. He provides nothing. Okay, we gotta go to the other things you were gonna talk about.
But also doing long form React style content, like an entire day reacting to a documentary or another YouTuber's channel, stuff like that.
And you gave up on that really quickly, which you really shouldn't, because like his long form reacts, for as long as it takes him to go through those fucking things, actually did hit pretty well. He really should have done more of those. He really should have done more June the King or Frederick Nuts and stuff. Like he was in talks. He said he was going to do the Spoonie one and never did it. And I know he's going to do June the King up until like 2017. 2017, I feel, is the year he's going to be like, nuh-uh, I'm not going to do anything more. It's not true. It's bullshit. Like all this stuff that's not true about me. When literally we are reacting to what you say on your own podcast.
And doing special events. And last year I did that. Last year I reacted to a couple documentaries. I reacted to the Internet Historian YouTube channel. I had a whole event based around my time with Machinima and recounting my stories about that and showing, you know, evidence of emails and things that I had from back then. Excuse me.
Oh God, that was a loud one.
Excuse me. And I love doing all that. But honestly, the channel just didn't catch on with my viewer base. Like by the end of the year, people were telling me just stop doing it. Or if you're going to do it, just do the weekly show. That's it. We'd rather have you play games. And I was like, wow. You know, the whole point was for years.
Even though these days he's playing way and way more less games. Like there was one night where it's like, I think it was last Saturday where he was like, oh yeah, we were supposed to do Beyond Two Souls. Then wife got bored because she got tired cooking me my dinner and doing my laundry. That I could have just picked a different game, but now we'll just sit here and rap. We turn around the chair and rap with you guys.
Years and years. People had demanded that I do live reacts. In fact, the one thing people absolutely demanded I do is react to these events. Like, for example, react to a big press conference from Sony or Microsoft Live. I did that last year. That was the least popular content. I'm not kidding. People didn't care about it. It didn't.
Because you are boring at it. You just sit there and go, meh, meh. And here's the thing. The reason why reacts work for other people is because there is something in those reacts that they are generally excited about. That they can get hyped about. And then there's other things too that they can, some will trash and that'll be cool for their audience, but you know, there are some that will, you know, make jokes about it. Maximilian dude will watch the Nintendo Direct and he's like, if there's farming sims, I will give 50 subs to the channel. And then a farming sim will show up. He's like, no, I need to see Ho go into dirt before you get my gifted subs, sir. And then something will pop off and they'll get genuinely excited for it. Like, Melanie will attest for this in the chat. We will periodically rewatch Max reacting to a Nintendo Direct where I think it was that Worlds of Final Fantasy game, or there's a Final Fantasy game that was on the 3DS that they were showing off characters. There was like Yuna, Lightning, and then Cloud showed up and he was like, oh wow, they put him on a Nintendo console. And then the cloud announcement for Smash Brothers 4 came out, and he freaked the fuck out. The devs of Square Enix have stated that his reaction videos to Final Fantasy VII, whenever they were in doubt about, is this game going to be good? We keep going. They rewatched that announcement of them announcing Final Fantasy VII Remake. And he's like, holy shit, let's keep going with this. I think we're doing the right thing. And, that's what people like about reactors. You just sit there and just go like, okay. And the fact that matters, you miss so much because you're taking notes. You just can't live in the moment because you don't like video games anymore, my dude.
Do well at all. So the thing that it seems like what it is, the vocal minority. People were very vocal. They want something. When I finally gave it to them, oh, well, actually, it's not. We don't really care. Because
he takes so long doing it. Here's the thing too. He's going to talk about later on. I'm calling this now. He's going to talk about later on in the video or in this podcast today. He's going to talk about his idea of playing a Fallout game again. He said, I might go back to Fallout 76. But here's the thing. He's not going to do it now when it's prevalent, when it's hot. I see so many streamers right now that I don't think they have ever touched a Fallout game in their life. But because of this show, they're live streaming it. They're having fun. Shadows, Emmy Divergent, you're playing Fallout 1 on PC. That's fantastic. And I see so many other people, like, if you look now, like Fallout 76 is the one that's actually, climbing up the charts as far as like Steam concurrent players is going right now. I'm sure it's doing well on Xbox because Game Pass, because all the Fallouts are on there because, Microsoft bought Bethesda. So like Fallout is hot right now. But he's just going to continue to play Street Fighter and Helldivers 2. Not to say there's anything wrong with Helldivers 2. I'm saying there's a problem with him playing Street Fighter 6 because he's just going to do casuals and it's going to be boring as all hell.
So basically the whole idea behind the channel sadly kind of fell apart last year when people told me that I don't really like the content or didn't really want that kind of content, even though we asked for it for 10 years. Actually, when it finally came around, we don't really care. So the channel basically is just me doing the clip show once a week. And then if I do like a food vlog during a marathon or something like that, even us doing the tier makers, right? The tier maker videos, which I started doing, a couple of them did okay, and then they just fell off in popularity and people just didn't.
Okay. I'm stopping right here, Phil. Here's the thing. The core of your audience, the people that like you, are on your DSP gaming channel. They are not going to be at the other ones there. It is super hard to have 5 or 6 channels on the go at any given time. What you should do is keep everyone on DSP gaming, do your live streaming there, and then repost the videos to those other channels so it doesn't get clogged up. Now, you aren't going to do that because you want to get the maximum amount of profits out of all 3 channels and make as much money as possible. Oh, Cordy Gordon said, weren't you also saying you're going to have one-on-one convos with other creators there too? If that happens, is June the King going to be the first guest? Probably. Here's the thing, Cordy. He's not going to be the first guest because I guarantee you the June the King documentary is going to be the exact same as all the other documentaries on YouTube about Phil. It's going to tell the truth and he can't handle that. And he's just going to call June a detractor, block him, try to defame him. And that'll be that.
Didn't care anymore. So, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the channel when the effort essentially isn't paying off. I'd rather just do what you guys want. So this is my
oh god. Okay, I don't usually listen to Jad in big full volume, but wearing headphones I can definitely hear the snort. Oh god, it's terrible. Cartman,
I hate you. I want you to die.
This series is my idea to bring more attention to the channel, to get more people over there watching the content, possibly becoming a member, which is really how that channel makes any profits. Right now, I make almost no ad revenue at all on the React channel because the React show, the clip show, gets claimed every single week. Almost.
Okay, so what about the Fallout series review that you did? You didn't use any clips. You had like the little static image where my webcam is right now. That's all you had. So you telling me that your Fallout review's not making you any money?
None of those videos are monetized. And so, you know, this live review show is an opportunity to actually put out content I can monetize on the channel. You would think during the height of Fallout Mania, people would be excited. I don't know what else to say. I did my best. I hope that the show is good for those who watch it. I liked doing it. People who were there live seemed to like it. It just doesn't seem like it's a very big audience. And I don't know what else to say about that. I can't make you, people who watch this show every day, people who watch the streams here every day, leave DSP Gaming and go look at content on my other channels. All I can do is suggest it, correct? So, what I would say is if you like the Fallout TV show, you want to see not only a recap of the series, but then definitely watch a cool interactive part where I talk with this audience about the lore and everything that happened in the show. I mean, I even answered the question, is the show woke? Which is basically a big question.
He doesn't believe that. That's a bait switch. It's like, is it woke? I wonder if it's woke. Could it be woke? Fuck off, Phil. You're putting that in there just because you want to get the grifter money. But no one's falling for it. Oh my god. He's like, this is me being political. I used the word woke. Oh, note the future, Phil. Note the future, Johnny. Get Inigo Montoya saying you keep using that word. I don't think he means what you think it means. Anyways.
Among certain audiences, and I find it an absolutely hilarious debate. I really, really do. Because, again, in life, everyone wants to be black and white about this shit, and it makes no sense to be so. I'm even currently having a conversation with someone in the comments of the video because they don't even know what they're talking about. It's just funny. But anyway.
What? Wait, go back to that?
In the comments of the video because they don't even know what they're talking about. It's just funny. But anyway.
What?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I've been wanting to use that for a while now. But every time I hear, what are you talking about? I have to hit the Bobby Hill.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
That being said, okay, I hope you'll get to
shout
look
outs.
when you finish the show yourself. If you have absolutely no interest in the Fallout show, then it's fine. I get it. But I hope that you'll try it. It's something I tried, something with effort. And here's the thing. If this live review format works.
I'm sorry. Something with effort. Something with effort. It's the same thing you do for everything. Stare into camera. Oh god, that face. I put effort in. I talked and talked and talked. Where's my money?
Works. If this is something you guys are interested in seeing in the future, I would consider doing this for a lot of media. For example, the new season of The Boys is coming out later this year. I could do it for that. The big prominent game releases of this year.
Siege
I
mode.
could do live review formats where the first half hour is me reviewing the game, and then or factually talking about the game, and then after that we have this follow-up discussion about what everyone liked and didn't like about it, etc. You know, I'm okay with it. I like the idea of an interactive live review format on the DSP Reacts channel, but obviously I need it to catch on too. I can't just do it for an audience of a couple hundred and it does nothing for anything, and what's the point of doing it when I could have just done a night stream of any other game?
But Phil, I thought you were a small creator. I thought, oh no, I'm not a big creator. You know, these people I let me in, but 200 people. You know, there are tons of creators that would kill for your audience, that would kill for your engagement. And you're so fucking ungrateful.
Right? So, let's see how it goes. All right? Seriously, let's see how this goes. I'll be obviously taking a look at the performance of the live review over the course of the next week, and hopefully I'll have a positive update.
All right, Scratch.
Once more people watch the show. Okay? So that was Wednesday night. Yesterday was my day off, so ladies and gentlemen, let's get to a little segment that I like to call a little day off, where I'll talk about everything that I did when I was not here on stream. I don't have a ton to talk about today, as I...
See, I helped you out with that, Phil. Even though that sound box was a piece of shit, like, just take this, add it to your stream deck that you don't use, and you could just easily hit the button. Or better yet, if you set up this scene, you could have the audio play as soon as you flip over. So you could be like, Phil's day off, flip to your screen, and you can do your little Muppet head bob, and it's perfect.
I said yesterday was definitely a more laid-back day where I ran out and did a bunch of errands and then came home and spent time with my wife. The errands were not exciting. I went to the dump for the first time in like 2 months. All right. I Grocery shopping.
All that DoorDash styrofoam and brown bags you had to throw out. Oh, it's so tough.
Something that we had ordered and it didn't fit, so I had to bring it back for.
I can't get this boo-boo over you, honey. You gotta take it back.
Return and stuff like that. You know, nothing super exciting, right? Most exciting thing was most definitely that my wife is looking for a new game to kind of play right now. There's really nothing going on in the realm of gaming. Let's be honest here. She stopped playing Dragon's Dogma 2. She got insanely bored with it. Basically, she was like 20, 30 hours in and said that the game is all exactly the same. There's nothing interesting whatsoever. And she kept running into stupid game bugs and problems. She said, I don't want to play this anymore. I don't blame her. From as far in as I was, what was I, 8 to 10 hours in? It didn't look that good. It looked like it was Dragon's Dogma 1 all over again, which is not a good thing to do over 10 years after the release of your last game, to release the same game twice. Probably a bad move. In fact, no one's talking about Dragon's Dogma 2 anymore. It's like the game doesn't exist. It was hyped for like a week. You would think for a game that's really long, it's going to have all this content, people would still be talking about it. It pretty much is completely non-existent in the game community now. It's like I said, back in the day, not even back in the day, just a few years ago, you would know what the big hype releases are in a certain window. In the first quarter of the year, you'd have 2 or 3 giant games. And even last year, we had that with Resident Evil 4 Remake and Hogwarts Legacy. This year, we've got nothing. Like, none of these games that have come out have really done much at all to leave a lasting mark on gaming in general, right?
I would argue that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has left a huge mark. Like, people still talk about it because people are just getting around to finishing it. If you do everything in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it will take you about 90 plus hours to finish. That's how long it took me. Now, granted, near the last couple chapters, I decided just to go easy because I wanted to finish it and move on to something else. But still, like, I enjoyed my time with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I mean, if you want to know what's going on in the gaming landscape, Phil, go look at Twitch. I know you hate Twitch because, oh yeah, happy anniversary of him getting kicked out of the partner program. Can we celebrate that? He was playing Danganronpa, and he was like, oh shit, the crowds are disappearing. What? Huh? I know people's bits? What? Stop the stream dead. Oh my god, I can't make money! And I want to say it was next month that he would get that infamous letter, email from Twitch that said, hateful slurs. But yeah, you can go and check and see what people are playing in the landscape. You know, go look at Twitter, or no, sorry, go look at Twitch. Look at the most popular ones. I would say they'll give it like the next like 10 under that you can get like a better landscape, because games like Dota 2, League of Legends, Minecraft, GTA, RP, stuff like that, those are never ever gonna leave the top spot, because I think audiences are too ingrained in that they just, that's what they play, right? Or that's what they watch anyways. I want to say like kind of like the next viral thing was content warning, which I have not gotten around to play yet, which I do need to play sometime. I gotta get some friends together and play content warning, because content warning looks pretty fun. It's kind of like Lethal Company, like going through and, you know, you've got a job to do, but then the job also comes in like making your own content in there. Like the whole purpose is for you to, like, you know, become virally successful in the game. So it's pretty funny in that regard.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, basically a disappointment for a lot of people.
Whoa. Who's it a disappointment for? If you're talking about sales numbers, okay, here's the thing. Square Enix has such a high expectation for their games. Even if it sells 3 million units, they still consider that a failure. So I never agree with any of Square Enix's business earnings reports and how they are perceived. I still think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is fantastic. Not selling as well. Here's the thing too about the sales numbers. 7 Remake sold so well because it was the first one in the series. And also too, it was during it was right at lockdown. It was right during the start of the pandemic. So people needed something to do. So everyone with a PS4 launched it. And granted too, there was way more PS4s in the world at that time because that was near the end of its life. Even though it's not the end of the life, they still make PS4 games. It's way better. All right, I gotta skip this because I have songs with lyrics in it. Gets kind of rough. But yeah, how is Rebirth a disappointment? You quit the game at Costa del Sol because you didn't want to see Tifa and Aerith in a bikini. Newsflash, Phil, it's a 5 to 10 minute long segment out of a 90-hour game. Also, I think if someone told them that Gold Saucer has Dio, and Dio is, you know,
big meaty man slapping me.
I think he would have continued. Also, wife, I don't know if you're still in the chat. You know this combo's coming.
Big meaty man slapping me.
Didn't do nearly as well as the original remake game. Dragon's Dogma 2 feels like a re-release of the first game. And that's kind of the course as we're going with all these games. They're coming out and everyone's like, nothing really to talk about after you play it for a little bit. I mean, the longest running game right now is Helldivers 2. A ridiculously surprising, out-of-nowhere success for a team-based online game. Good for it. Again, I'm playing it and I'm liking it. I'm happy that the game's doing so well. But name another...
But yeah, you were resisting playing it for so long. I gotta go on a little field trip here. I gotta go on a field trip. I just kind of want to see what's going on Twitch right now. Yeah, so yeah, these top games will never leave. Like, these are ingrained in Twitch culture. Like, these will always be the top. Okay, no rest for the wicked. Look at this. 64,000 viewers. X Defiant. This is okay. We got new stuff right here. Okay, now Warzone's still doing good. Gray Zone Warfare. What the hell is this? Huh. I might check that out. You know, Apex is still good. Dude, Red Dead is at the top. You get Gambling, you get Dead by Daylight. Okay, Helldivers 2, I guess, is still doing respectable for a game that's been out for a couple of months. 22,000 viewers. That's still good. Elden Ring, which he's currently playing, that's still, you know, good. I guess people are doing their second runs on that. But yeah, there's so much on there. Like, you could also go on games that have ongoing support. Like, Stardew Valley just had a resurgence with its new update, but you won't play that. But then again, it always goes back is like, gaming doesn't make the streamer makes the game. A streamer can make any game good or bad. As long as you make it entertaining, people will show up for. I'm not a fan of everything Yo Video Games plays, but I like their dynamic. I like their interactions with chat and themselves, and I love that. I just love their chemistry. It's good. I could give two piss what they play, but if they're gonna be there and entertaining, I'll watch them. This year, I don't watch any of Phil's gameplay at all. Like, his gameplay is so boring to me. But I'll watch Jad, and I'll watch Detractor Beam, and I'll watch whoever else is restreaming him, Aviga, if I'm up that late, or I'll catch his stream after the fact. But just, yeah, like, it's just, I come here just to find, the only entertainment you give me, Phil, is your contradictions. You say one thing, and then you say another, and say, I didn't say that thing, shut up.
Other year, when you had all these releases lined up, and they all came out and no one cares, and the only game anyone's talking about is a random online shooter, right? It's like, whoa, has the gaming landscape changed or whatever, right? So anyway, my wife's looking for another game to play, and with Fallout Mania going on, right? The thing is, she's recently played Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4 just a year or two ago. So she's like, what's one I haven't played? Fallout 76. So she's asking me about it, and I'm like, listen, when I played...
Look, there's someone who's chatting agree. Stardew 1.6 outdid Dragon's Dogma 2. Those games were cool. Think he's just burnt out on RPGs. Like, yeah, when you play 5 games at once, and this is the other thing that pisses me off about him, he will do 5 playthroughs at once. It says it's meaningful. It'll take you months to complete a game. Like, just pick one game and play it, dude.
It was brand new. And when I played it brand new, the game was dog shit. Like, it was...
Also, 7 stars, Samurai. Yeah, you got it right. That's only because Final Fantasy Remake released on PS4 with a bigger install base. PS5 doesn't have that. Yeah, because remember, PS5, Xbox Series X. You could barely find those for about a year because of the pandemic, and also too because it's hard to manufacture the chipset because of the pandemic. People still had the social distance. You know, places got shut down, distributors got shut down, like a lot of things got shut down. I worked for a telecommunications company. Seniors wanted flip phones. We didn't have flip phones to give them because of the shortage. And they wouldn't send them to us because of storage. We had to tell people, I don't have this phone for you. I'm sorry. Go check Amazon. And they wouldn't. Like, Amazon would still have some flip phones available. And they would come back and be like, hey, I got that. Just like you said, I got that flip phone. Perfect. All right, let's put the card in. We'll get you up and running. Boom. There you go. Then eventually, stuff started to come out a lot more. Anyways, tangent.
Really unfinished. You know, there was no NPCs. All the character models were glitched. The gunplay was awful. Like, the whole game was really, really bad when I played it.
Oh, wait, so talking about 76.
When I played it brand new, the game was 76.
Oh.
She's asking me about it, and I'm like, listen, when I played it, it was brand new. And when I played it brand new, the game was dog shit. Like, it was really unfinished. You know, there was no NPCs. All the character models were glitched. The gunplay was awful. Like, the whole game was really, really bad when I played it.
So just like every Bethesda game at launch.
I get it.
No, hey, I'm just saying that, like, anything Todd Howard puts out usually comes out unfinished, and then modders have to fix it. But for a person I used to work with, I'll give Todd Howard the benefit of the doubt. They fixed 76. Was it too little, too late? I don't know. I don't see the player base numbers. I'd have to go onto a site there to look at the player base numbers on Steam. Before I heard that they actually turned that game around. It's kind of like the No Man's Sky effect, where like No Man's Sky had all the stuff that they promised wasn't there, and then they've built it up to this game where it's just like they gave everything that they promised plus more.
Doesn't mean that, you know, 7 years later, how many it's been, it's not a good game now. In fact, I've heard, much like a lot of these games that are absolutely horrendously broken at launch, but then get fixed over time, that the game did actually get a big community and a following. Not to say as big as mainstream Fallout games, but there's a good, you know, consistent, you know, 10, 20, 30,000 people who like the game and play it online all the time.
Okay, so according to Darkside Phil, if it's not mainstream popular, it's dog shit. Who cares? Like, my dude, like, if it has a community, it has a community. Just because it's not in the mainstream and, you know, normies are talking about it doesn't invalidate its community.
And it makes them money. Like, Bethesda has a stream of money coming in from these people paying them to play the game and its expansions. In fact, there's been a ton of expansions for 76, if I'm not mistaken. So she's like, all right.
There was even a BR mode in it too.
It's on Game Pass. I said, just do it. It's on Game Pass. You have Game Pass. Just download it and give it a shot. First of all, it took hours to download because it's 100 gigabytes. It's the size of Call of Duty. I'm not shitting you. It's that.
Wait. 100 gigs took you hours to download? Okay, number one, she's like, Xbox has got to be on Wi-Fi. And number two, oh no, wait, it would take hours because you have 100 up and 100 down. My dude, like, I do this shit for a hobby and I have 1.5 gigs up and down. I have a fiber optic connection. You know how long it takes me to upload a 5 gig YouTube video? 2 seconds. And wire it into my modem. It does not take me that long to download a game onto Xbox.
Not big of a game, so it took forever to download. She wanted to play it right away and had to wait like 3 fucking hours to play the game. It's ridiculous.
Upgrade your internet, Phil. You're on a terrible package anyway. You're paying like what? $400 a month for 2 lines? Business style internet? With 100 gigs up, or sorry, with 100 megs up and down? That is terrible. Like, call up Comcast and renegotiate your contract or threaten to go somewhere else. But I don't think there's anything else written. I think Comcast is his only choice. Like, it's like that sketch comedy video I saw online. Your local cable internet company. You have no options and you have no choice. Fuck you. We give you what you get what you pay for. Nothing.
It's like, wow, it took that long because it's such a huge game. So, let's
all right,
talk
I gotta
a little
do
bit
phone
about it.
stuff here.
All right. I missed her initial gameplay reactions because I was out doing grocery shopping and stuff. When I came home, I started watching her play it. And basically, I'm going to be honest here, the graphics are actually quite good. Like running, she has the Xbox Series S, and playing it on there, it looks really smooth. The frame rate was a smooth, consistent, silky 60 frames. I was like, I have never played a Fallout game with a silky 60.
Literally
Even
smooth.
Oh, now improved with better frame rate. This was like perfect, right? And it has basically upscaled better graphics than what were in Fallout 4. So if you're looking for the absolute best looking Fallout game, I would say 76 is the game.
It's chat agrees. 3 hours? Sue Comcast, Starlink, 30 minutes. Yeah, I wouldn't be going with the Elon Musk internet on that. But yeah, I definitely changed providers. My God.
Just let me tell you something, man. As a game and gameplay elements and the like, dude, this game is fucking dog shit. I can't believe there's people who consistently play this game. All right, first of all, VATS, or what they call it in this game, there is no VATS. In VATS, what you're supposed to do is when you're about to enter a fight, time freezes. You can now aim for certain body parts, and they have different percentages of chance to hit, and you can strategically shoot the enemy. There's no real VATS in this game. All it is because there's no slowdown. It's all live, moving, fast-paced. You can aim for a body part as you spam bullets. So it's basically like, oh, I'm shooting someone. We'll try to get to the head. Oh, you might get a headshot. It's like, huh? Aim for the arms to disarm them. And the arm goes, you might shoot the gun out of the arm. You might kill the guy. It's stupid. The whole game is like a spam game where you're just running.
Okay. The thing, Phil. Fallout 76 is an online game. How are they supposed to do the VAT system when it's PvP or PvE? Explain that to me. Because, like, in the VAT system, like, I know in, like, Fallout 3 and New Vegas, it froze, like, everything. In, like, 4, I think it slowed it down. Didn't stop it completely. It slowed it down. Do you tell me, like, if I'm, like, in Fallout 76, I'm on a server, I'm hunting around, and I see a user-controlled vaulter, I activate that. Is that supposed to stop time? It's be like, oh, enemy encounter has started VAT. Please wait. Well, what if the other person does that? You tell me you would like that. You tell me you'd like that mechanic where, let's say, if the person came against you, froze you in the VAT system to shoot your head off. You'd be okay with that, Phil? I don't think so. You would say you call them a dirty fucking cheater and ban them.
Running around spamming bullets at things. There's no RPG element to it at all. It's basically a first-person shooter at this point. All right, so the gameplay itself, the gunplay is atrocious. I'm watching her play. I'm like, this is shit. And in fact, I'm not even kidding you. You do better not using VATS. If you pretend like it doesn't exist, it seems like if you just aim and fire, it's actually better than the VATS. Like, the VATS system is just a waste of time in the game. There's no point.
Get good, Scrub.
You've taken a key element of the Fallout universe that's good and made it completely worthless and pointless. So, wow, you really did a good job with this game, right? Then you get to the questing structure. So, I shit you not, she played it for about 3 hours. In 3 hours, she basically did 10 tedious bullshit missions for a bartender. And at the end of all of that, got like destination
wipe
to continue the story. So in 3 hours, just think about 3 hours of Fallout 3. In 3 hours of Fallout 3, you're living your life in the vault. You're growing up immersed in the culture. You leave the vault. You go to Megaton. There's a ton of original quests and things going on there. In the first 3 hours of Fallout 76, you just fucking do busy work for a bartender. It's the most boring fucking thing I've ever seen. I couldn't believe even Fallout 4, arguably a game that a lot of people don't like. In the first few hours, there's all this stuff going on that gets you immersed and excited for the universe. In this game, it's like you might as well just go to fucking sleep. You know? I couldn't believe how bad it was.
Phil, you have to understand, though, with Fallout 76, it's a game that's meant to be played in the long game. There's, like, constant stuff to do. If they gave you everything right then and there, you would finish the game, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm bored. I'm going to go do something else now. There are a lot of people that like this style of game where they give you everything in spurts. It's like, okay, get this, this. Okay, go on to the next thing and do this, you know? It's not like, okay, do this as quickly as possible. But no, you're the type of person that wants to rush through everything. Especially back in the day when you had your freaking camera pointed at the screen and tilted. By the way, I can't watch those Fallout 3 re-upscaled, remastered videos. They look like dog shit.
I was like, this is the game? Now, keep in mind, when the game came out, there were no NPCs, so all this is new. Like, none of this existed when the game came out. This is what they came up with to make the game better. What they should have done, they should have just given you a cot with a pillow and said, here, sleep for 3 hours and wake up and then go play the game. I couldn't...
Oh, right. I forgot about that. There were no NPCs in Fallout 76 when it launched because they're like, you have to be the NPC because you're going to be on a server with other players. They're picking a disabled man with advanced stage 4 couch shape on I like that, SR. Welcome to the stream.
I get it.
Oh, God. Ugh. God.
I couldn't believe how boring it was. And again, all it really is, you run around, you shoot things, you loot. You run around, you shoot things, you loot. You run around, you shoot things, you loot. Oh, you build a camp. Oh, remember all the amazing building from Fallout 4 that most people complained about and didn't like? Oh, it's a key component of Fallout 76. You better get used to it because you're building a camp, you're building a workbench, you're building defenses, you're building all this shit. All this shit that you like. I just want to play Fallout. I don't want to play Minecraft or another crafting game. I just want to play Fallout.
We're gonna play Fallout 3 again. We're gonna play Fallout New Vegas again. Like, I don't understand the argument here.
You can't. That's Fallout 76. It's basically ridiculous time waster game. Like, that's literally the actual point of the game, is to waste your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't seem like anything in the game is really designed to be interesting. The plot of the first 3+ hours is boring as dirt, and they don't even really introduce you very well to the gameplay mechanics. You gotta kind of fuck about to figure them out for yourself. Like I said, the graphics are good. Outside of the like, there's
wait. What did you say back there?
Figure them out for yourself. And they don't even really introduce you very well to the gameplay mechanics. You gotta kind of fuck about to figure them out for yourself.
Why did you why did you hold my hand? How do I do things? God, he wants his hand held on fucking everything.
Like I said, the graphics are good. Outside of the like, there's cool rad storms going on, and some of the enemies. There's all new enemy types in this game, which I assume now are canon to the Fallout universe, which is hilarious because I wonder how many people never played Fallout 76. And when the next time there's they're going to play, and there's going to be Scorched, and there's going to be all these weird things in the game. Like, what the fuck is that? I never even heard of it. I didn't play that piece of shit MMO, right? Well, they expanded the lore so much in this game. I guess people are going to be like Godsmacked when they play the next one, right?
Glub glub glub, sip sip sip, choo choo choo. Oh man, I completely forgot. I need to get it down. I need to download a soundbite of like somebody swallowing hard. Swallowing hard. I need a soundbite of that for every time he takes his drink. I'm not saying I'm going to be restreaming him a lot, but whatever I do, I want something where he does the glug glug glug. It's just like the like you hear it in like it's in anime. I think that's an anime anyway. I don't know. TFS uses it whenever Goku like eats like a sensu bean or some shit.
So, essentially, yeah, this game is not good. It's pretty bad. I don't know if it gets any better further in, but if you get bored to tears in the first 3 hours, what's the incentive to play past the first 3 hours? If all you're doing is running around, shoot, 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 forget Vax, that doesn't do anything. Shoot, 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 loop, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, I gotta build the camp now. Fuck. Learn all these stupid fucking building mechanics and fuck around here. I don't have enough components. Oh, shoot, 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 shoot. Oh, the bartender wants me to do another tedious collection mission. Let me go do that. What the fuck is this game?
Well, here's the thing. Fallout 76 is more of a multiplayer game. Like, hang on, I gotta switch songs here. Just most Kojima stuff kind of gets me in trouble. Yeah, like Fallout 76 is a multiplayer game. You're supposed to play with friends and against other people. Like, the work gets less tedious if you work together to build a camp, to build other things. So far as I know, like I said, I've never played 76 before. But like, jeez.
Is that the spirit of Fallout? Not at all. It actually is the opposite. Like the world building is shit. It's like you don't want to play. Seriously, I couldn't watch her play. I was so bored, right? So I mean, honestly, you know, the first impressions is it's fucking terrible. Okay, so it was funny because people were saying to me, "Would you play Fallout?" Now that this hype is behind Fallout, would you play Fallout? And I said, "Yeah, well, absolutely." New Vegas is out. I just played New Vegas a few years ago, and I don't want to do another run of New Vegas this fast, right? So the options are essentially Fallout 3, Fallout 4, or Fallout 76. Now, I was curious because I'd never played Fallout 76. I'll tell you right now, there's no chance I'm wasting any fucking time on that game. It's terrible. It is the only way you can enjoy that game is if you're playing with a group of friends and you don't care that the game is bad, you're just fucking around in a world of Fallout together, then I could get it. I think that's what it was designed around. Play with your party. Right?
Yeah.
Go in.
And he's not going to do that because he has no friends.
Fallout with a bunch of friends. But, dude, 76 is terrible as a single-player game. I would never play that. Okay? So, fuck that shit. So now the options left are Fallout 3 and Fallout 4.
Fuck you and your friends.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Direct quote from Phil.
Day off segment, but we'll get to that as we get to the schedule of what I'm interested in and we'll talk about, okay? Cool. So outside of that, dinner, we ordered some Indian food, which we hadn't had in a couple of months. And I ordered a new kind of curry I never had. It was called coconut chicken curry, I think. So it was pretty interesting. It shows up. I thought it was going to be like creamy. Like I thought it was going to be like almost like what do they call it? Chicken tikka masala or whatever. I thought it was going to be a creamy style. It wasn't. It was actually like a traditional, more spicy Indian curry. So first bite, you get sweetness of coconut, and you're like, oh, well that's unique. You don't really expect sweetness in an Indian curry. But then immediately the sweetness dissipates and you get salt and savoriness of a traditional Indian curry in your mouth. So the coconut is kind of like an essence, and then it's just gone, and you get curry flavor. And then probably about 5 seconds into eating it, all of a sudden, boom, you get punched with spice in your mouth. So it's almost like layers of flavor. First sweet, then savory, then spicy in that
Punch of spice in your
I'm
mouth.
actually pretty impressed with it. I liked it. But I will say this. This curry basically is just chicken in a curry sauce. I do prefer curries that have other ingredients. So for example, like chicken vindaloo, all right? Chicken vindaloo has both chicken and potatoes and also has a tomato base. And I'll be honest, I like tomato a lot.
He did everything correctly.
I kind of prefer it. So I'm thinking, if I was going to get a spicy curry, I'd probably get the chicken vindaloo again over this coconut chicken curry. But it was
Oh, I
good.
can't read that there.
Fresh baked naan bread. Straight out of the tandoori oven that they make it in. When it has...
What is this? Sorry, SB, your chat's a little small. God, the verbal diarrhea is so painful. Cat, you hungry? Phil, absolutely, kid. Say honestly, that I'd be totally down right now to get started on making an order on my cell phone DoorDash app. Okay. So he hasn't been swaying a whole lot today.
It also has a little bit of crisp and that char on it. Oh my god. I'm just gonna say
Char.
this. Do not, I repeat, do not buy the fake naan bread that they sell at grocery stores. That naan bread is fake. It's not authentic whatsoever. That is like a mass-produced bread, likely with a ton of preservatives in it. And it tastes absolutely nothing like
Oh god, we got health side.
real naan bread.
Shut up,
right
Phil.
out of the
Shut up. We got health side Phil here. He knows what goes into foods. Ah man, this thing doesn't have this thing has the amino fatty acids. Yeah, I don't like that. How do you know that the place you're ordering from is authentic? They bake it there. 9 times out of 10, you go to an authentic place, they're just buying from a supplier. All right. So you don't truly know what's in that food. You think you do, but you don't.
It's like gourmet food in itself. And then you dip it in curry and you eat it. You're like, oh my god, it is so good. So,
Oh my god.
it's really terrible compared to. Anyway, that's what we had for dinner, and that was really our day. Pretty much nothing else much to say there, but a good day overall. I got to spend a lot of time with my wife, which was nice. Sadly, it was watching her play Fallout 76, which wasn't very nice because the game sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Okay,
So the TLDR on his day off, I threw trash out, I got groceries, got DoorDash, watched my wife play video games. Same fucking day off every single time. No tire got stolen, no grocery bags got stolen. I don't care. 0 out of 10.
I hate you! I want you to die!
So ladies and gentlemen, let us now get to the schedule so you know what's going to happen for the rest of this week. And then I would like to
No, not happening. Maximum speed. We're getting through this.
Fallout Mania that is currently going on among the gaming community. The entire internet is abuzz with Fallout Mania right now. It's wild. It's funny because it's right up my alley. You know, I love Fallout. I do. Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4 are all, in my opinion, great games in their own right for different reasons. And I'm sad that Fallout has not been prominent for a good 9 fucking years. It just, after Fallout 4, they tried with 76 as a cash grab and an assets flip and it didn't work. Now more people play it, but it's like not the mainstream audience. Fallout has not been prominent in a very long time, and it's really Bethesda's fault. Dragging their feet, taking forever to make games, sucking ass, wasting time on Starfield, big piece of shit, instead of actually making good games. So I'm excited to see that a lot more people now like Fallout. Many of you maybe were not into Fallout, and you're gonna watch the show, and you're gonna be into it. Cool. Come hang out with me. I love Fallout, man. I love everything about the universe. I really do. I think it's a really great franchise.
Go.
In fact, if you're not aware, I don't know how you wouldn't be aware if you watch this podcast. On my partner or sister channel, PSP Throwback, my original Fallout 3 playthrough from back in 2008, okay, is now being
Okay. Oh wait, that's a BB Phil. That's not getting leaned. BB Phil with 5 pounds super chat says, I wouldn't mind getting Indian from the Fighting Feast in May during the Street Fighter event if that's what we end up doing. He's not gonna tell you what he's eating, Phil, until that day. He's like, I gotta tell you what I'm eating because it's not a surprise. It's like, well, if it's feasting with Phil, people want to eat the same thing you're eating. How do you not understand that concept? Just tell them what you're ordering.
remastered, restored, and going live nearly on a daily basis. 5 parts are currently live. Wait, Is it 5 parts or is it 4? I think it's 5. This is this morning. I think part 5 went live over there.
Sorry. Here, we're...
And people who are watching are like, whoa, live?
Wait, is that 5? 5 figures mean 5, right? 4, 5? I don't know, dude.
Wait, is it 5 parts or is it 4? I think it's 5. This is this morning. I think part 5 went live over there. And people who are watching are like, whoa, blast from the past. Can't believe this is now upscaled, widescreen, much more, viewable, sounds better, half an hour parts, titles, thumbnails. They're blown away. Like, what an upgrade.
Thanks for the titles and the thumbnail and twisting the camera. Oh, and also thanks for stealing content from other creators. You have a disclaimer at the bottom. It's like, oh yeah, we've taken footage from the PC version. You know, when people steal content from other creators, they usually tend to credit the creator. Like footage from blank person, footage from Maximilian Dude, or footage from Matt McMuscles. Not you. You're just like, I'm just gonna take it. Who's gonna know?
Great from the original playthrough, which was such awful quality. I hope you guys will give it a look. You want to get into Fallout? My original playthrough is a cool way to do it. Until halfway through when I get so drunk playing it and I just stumble about making huge mistakes. It's really funny because I started playing it getting drunk at night, getting lost in the sewers, killing NPCs for no good reasons. I was just drunk as shit and being stupid and agitated. It's a pretty funny, but I was getting the videos together to give to my team, my editing team, to get ready for this project. And I just happened to click on the final part. And I started watching. I am so drunk during the last part of this playthrough. I can barely speak. This is what I sound like. Oh, so I've got to activate Project Purity now. Oh, here I go. I'm doing it. Oh, press the button. Oh, look at that. Project Purity is turning on. Like, that's what I sound like. I'm so drunk. Thankfully, that's nothing I do. 16 years later, I'm done.
You sure about that? You sure about that? I don't know. The way you sound pretty sloshed every time you fucking play this game, my dude.
That kind of an idiot, right? But man, as a throwback playthrough, it's fucking funny. It's a great playthrough. So we're 5 hours in, or excuse me, 5 parts in. That's 2.5 hours of the playthrough. It's a 22-hour playthrough. So I hope that you guys will check it out if you haven't yet. Some people have and some people are not, but I hope you'll check it out on the channel. It's a good one. It's youtube.com/@VSP throwback. New parts are coming out nearly every other day. Okay. Why did my PC just go idle? What the hell? Did anything happen to the quality of the stream? Both of my monitors turned off for no good reason. I have no idea why. I just started moving the mouse and turned back on. The stream's kept running, right? I have no.
New PC arc's coming. It's coming. Get ready. Oh my god, it's coming. It's coming. He's gonna start begging for a new PC anytime now.
That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
No clue what just happened there. What happened? It lagged a bit? I have no clue what just happened there. CPU use is 38%. He's like, I have no reason why it would have happened. No clue. I got lagged for a second, but it seems okay. Yeah, the whole system, both monitors turned off. I'm like, so I started moving the mouse, and then everything went back on. You tell me what happened there.
Screensaver? Power saving mode? Probably one of those things. But you'll never check on it.
Hopefully it doesn't happen again today. I guess we'll have to keep an ey on it. You guys tell me if anything's happened again, but that's happened before, but it's very rare when that happens. So I wonder.
Oh my god, get to the schedule.
A power fluctuation? Maybe, but I didn't notice any light flicker, so I hope not. I hope this isn't a sign that my power supply's dying now. Anyway, so outside of that,
yeah, new PC arc's coming. I know it. New PC arc's coming. Buy me a new PC.
All right, let's talk about the schedule moving forward. Hope you guys will be excited for the schedule coming up, and let's talk about this Fallout Mania. So today, first stream.
Oh, what? That's not my YouTube. His mic cut out. Oh my god, please tell me his PC's dying. Get fucked, Phil. Get fucked. Oh god, I'm so happy I skipped this. Oh, the stream's gone. The stream's gone. Okay, restarting OBS. It's obviously something is going on with the PC, lol. The PC's on life support. Bethesda didn't like taking... Bethesda didn't like you talking bad about 76 or interfering. I'm deaf. Time for new PC time. Time PC.
Okay, get back working here, guys. Should be back any second. Are we good? Are we back? Ready to resume? Stupid thing. Okay. Hello, everyone.
This
Welcome
is
back to the
great.
podcast for April 19, 2024. This is now going to be part 2. Reason being I had technical difficulties. First, both my monitors turned off.
Yes. Oh, yes. There's a second recording. Oh, thank you for reminding us of the date, dipshit.
Everything turned back on, but everyone said that there was a flickering on the stream. I'm like, I don't know what caused that. It really happened. And then my mic malfunctioned. All at once, basically, within a minute. So, It's obviously some weird stuff going on in my setup today. Hopefully it keeps working.
Oh god, that
Continuing on,
snort.
let's talk about the schedule. We talked about Phil's day off. We talked about my live review of the Fallout TV series. That's in part 1. Now let's talk about the schedule for the week. So today it's more Helldivers 2. Cool thing is last time we played, I hit level 15, and at level 15 you unlock a bunch of stuff. Notably, I got the orbital laser as well as the 500-kilogram bomb airstrike. And everyone says these are both great stratagems that almost everyone uses in the meta, so I definitely should have these. And then in addition to that, I got a force field that you can throw down, and basically it protects your whole group of Helldivers during different scenarios. Like if it's the end you're trying to extract, and just you could defend yourselves to an onslaught of monsters or robots coming at you. So it's basically a really good stratagem. So I've never used these yet. I unlocked them, but I haven't used them, so I'm very excited to try them today in the gameplay. Helldivers 2 generally does good. People come by, they engage, they support, they give me tips on how to play, they laugh at my misfortunes, and we have a good time together. So hopefully Helldivers 2 today goes well. Later tonight on the late stream is
Let me ask someone in chat there, because I don't watch his Helldivers 2, and I don't see a whole lot of people clipping his stuff. So maybe this doesn't happen. Does he still get team killed like a lot? Because I remember that first time he played, like someone like griffed him pretty bad, and it was like we had sad Whittle Phil like, aw, why are people shooting me? It's like because they see the name Darkside Phil, they're like, fuck you.
It is Friday night fights, more Street Fighter 6, yes, more Blanca gameplay. And I'm going to, again, start with casual play. Whether or not I try ranked play tonight is on the fence. I'm really not sold about it because ranked play is such a try-hard mode. In fact,
just do it. Just like nobody cares. And maybe if you did, people would stop trying to stream snipe you. And no, Capcom's not gonna care that you were bullied. It's like, there's offensive names and people like I play with. It's like, all right, so what is the offensive name? I don't want to say because it will dox me and my family. Sir, we need to know what it is before we can put any action against it. Okay, there was one. It said Leanna was 16, and I'm like, what? Okay, that's not really offensive. Okay, how about this one? How about this one? This one was Rafters 1651. I mean, come on, dude. Sir, that's not even offensive either. It's like, yes, it's from this thing that my lawyers have told me I can't talk about because of problem. Like, Capcom, you're gonna give these names to Capcom, and Capcom's gonna be like, okay, unless it's got like a hard R or a hard N in it, we're not gonna do anything. Plus, if you attempt to put those in there, we're still gonna find them.
the other day on this very podcast, we had a discussion about it. How I feel like I'm actually getting better matches in casual play than I would if I played in ranked. Someone left a comment on video. It actually resonated, and I was like, wow. So basically, what I'm feeling is true. They said, yes, what's happened now is, and this happens with all fighting games. We're almost a year into the life cycle of Street Fighter 6. At this point, people who are still playing it are those who are dedicated to playing it. These are people who play it all the time. Much like right now, if I were to jump into Call of Duty, probably the people still playing, Modern Warfare 3 are those who played a ton of Modern Warfare 3 and continue to play it at a competitive level. These are not casuals just jumping in to have fun. So if you try to play ranked now, it is such a different experience than playing ranked 5 months ago when you have such a bigger player base with people trying to get good. Basically everyone there already has their stuff established. And it's just ultimate 100% balls to the wall, try hard mode to win. And so this person confirmed, like, yeah, right now, just so you know, if you play ranked, you're only going to be facing people who literally play this game every day. This is what they do. This is their hobby. They just play Street Fighter. So it's like you. Imagine if you, a more casualized player, went to play me in an arcade 20 years ago. Seriously, me when I used to play, Marvel's Capcom 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, when I was playing those games at a high-ass competitive level, right? Imagine me now playing a guy who only plays the game a couple times a week, walks into the arcade. I'm gonna spank him. I'm just gonna wipe the floor with them. And essentially, that's what's gonna happen if I try to play this game in ranked. I'm not saying that I'm.
Are you sure about that? Because there is video documentation of you getting your ass spanked at NVC2. And you losing hundreds, potentially thousands of dollars in money matches. Because you're just not that good at NVC2. Sorry. Can you produce video of you actually beating people at NVC2? Like on actual hardware, on arcade, not online. I'm pretty sure it's happened online. But no, there is documented evidence of you getting spanked at NVC2 in actual arcades for money. Debunked.
Opposed to doing that, it's just these people have established strategies that work online. Probably gonna have abusable shit.
Okay, even though it's going through his schedule, I feel like he's talking about some pertinent stuff, so I'll go 1.5 speed.
It loops that I don't even know how to handle because it's just a loop they've memorized. You're right, and it's basically just not gonna be very fun. I'm not gonna learn. It's just gonna be stupid, especially because a lot of people who hit that master level have terrible internet connections and suck. They're just button mashers who do a pattern, but it works because they play so much they still hit master. That's so dumb that you can lose more than win and still hit master in the game. I think that's a really big oversight by Capcom. They did screw that up. So tonight we're gonna start with casual play. We're gonna see how it goes. Maybe I'll go to ranked. Maybe I won't. I'm not convinced that ranked is even worth my time anymore. We might.
He won't go to rank. I'll probably be in Pieces stream tonight, watching, but he will not go to rank. I'm calling it now.
Give it a shot, but keep in mind, if I play ranked and I lose ranking points, and then I play casual, it actually affects your casual matches. It does. Like right now, I'm at the base 1500 level with Blanca.
No, it doesn't. Casual just throws you against anyone because there's no stakes on the line.
If I stay there and I play casual, I have a higher chance of potential to play higher ranked people. I play people 1,600, even 1,700 ranking points. If I go into ranked and I lose a bunch of ranking points, now they're going to put me against people who are at the bottom of the barrel, and it's just a waste of time, you know?
But isn't that what you want? Don't you want to sit there and spank casuals? I have a feeling that he's like one of those Call of Duty content creators that like get pissed when they start getting matched against people that actually can hang with them. And then when they can't get consistent kills, it's like, it's gonna kill my channel. Put me back in with casual scrubs.
So, I don't know. I'll think about it. But anyway, Friday Night Fights, more Blanca tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, as I continue to try to level this character up. I'm now implementing the level 2 super. I've learned how to combo it properly. Not all the time. I do miss the timing a bunch, but the times that I got it to hit was really effective. And I'm looking forward to figuring out how to implement even more. Okay? Cool.
672, you're on thin ice.
That's tonight. Tomorrow,
can't watch any more casual Street Fighter. And I'm gonna say this much: like, I am there at Pieces streams for the commentary and the jokes in the community. I am not there for the gameplay because, my God, like every single goddamn fighting game stream is the same. I didn't do that. That's my input dropping. Oh, the millisecond thing. That's bad connection. I'm gonna say this: Street Fighter 6 has amazing netcode. Like, the netcode is superb at that. I would say of all the matches I played, maybe like 3 or 4 of them, I saw like a spotty connection where it started to like slow down. But not once did I ever have like moves just drop and inputs dropped. If an input didn't come out, that's on me. I didn't do the right commands. Just excuses, and I'm tired of hearing it about his excuses. That's usually like whenever another restreamer is just like, oh, let's go watch some of Phil's gameplay from Street Fighter 6 last night. It's like, no, it's all the same. I don't even know why we're watching this. I'll just mute it or I'll come back when it's gone.
And wow, that last Elden Ring session we did was so surprising. I had no idea that I was going to do that well. We beat the entire Blood Lake, Blood Palace, and Moog within an hour. And I was like, what the heck? Now we're in Farum Azula, and yes, I am in the fated Godskin duo fight. I've gotten this close to beating them and lost twice when I was this. Once I ran out of resources. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't have any flasks. I needed to hit the guy like 2 more times and I won, and I had no weapon. So I was like, but I think what I'm going to try this time, rather than doing the dual wielding staves, I think I am going to go back to having the staff in one hand and the Dark Moon Greatsword in the other. That way, if I happen to run out of FP, I at least have a sword to fight these guys with. Because that's my problem right now is the FP use is too much, and I'm running out of FP, and then I can't hit them. I have no weapon equipped. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to what I was doing before, and I think I'll be able to beat them this time. And then we continue on. Remember, Farum Azula, there's a lot to do. There's optional bosses and things to fight. It's going to be fun. So we're going to finish Farum Azula, and then after that, we make our decision. You know, what do I want to do next? We still have some options, okay? Cool. So Saturday night, as long as nothing changes right now, it doesn't look like it will, Saturday night will finally officially be the premiere, the Beyond Two Souls co-op playthrough that I'm going to be doing with my wife, all right?
How many people think this is not going to happen? How many people believe that this is going to get canceled again? I don't think it's happening. And if it does happen, how long until Cat Rage quits? Or you can't really say rage quit because she's not angry. She's just like, I'm tired and this game's stupid. I'm just going to leave.
Right? Wanted to do this for over a month. Every single circumstance seems to happen to conspire against us, so we can't really do it. It's looking like it's on pace and going to happen Saturday night this week.
What circumstance? Circumstance. Oh, my wife was behind doing my laundry and cooking my dinner. And she was tired. I was like, oh, you don't have to do if you don't help. It's like, hey, I'll take over dinner. Or, hey, I'll take over the laundry. It's like, I push button, I step in, like, I'm stupid, don't know how to do laundry. You did laundry after Leanna left your ass. Did you just forget? Of course you forgot. Remember when I went to go make wine and I forgot how to drive? That's because you were drunk. And how?
Okay, I hope. If not, well, we'll pull an audible, we'll figure it out. But it looks like as of now, everything is lined up.
Oh, and if they do cancel, what's the audible? Oh, another hangout session. Just give me money to talk to you guys. Wow, this is great. I can just talk and not do gameplay and get money.
Working, okay? And, you know, hopefully it'll happen. I'm excited for this, you know. Beyond Two Souls is a fun narrative-based game. My wife has never played, experienced it before, but it's her honest first-time reaction to it, and I want to see how it goes. Hopefully people will show up for it and hang out and have a good time with us, okay? Sunday's React Day, so it's DSP versus the Internet clip show on DSP Reacts, followed by the next part of the Retro React of the Walking Dead series Season 1, which we're going to finish Episode 2 and then start Episode 3 on the DSP Throwback channel on the late stream. And then
sounds terrible.
It'll be, you know, balance more Helldivers, more Elden Ring, more Street Fighter, And what we need to figure out now, because basically I'm not playing Harold Halibut anymore. We tried it, and people basically didn't like it, right?
One person didn't like it. One person didn't like it. 1 Minute Man. I haven't been in the Snortverse or the in this universe for a long time. I was just casually watching it, and then I decided to, like, hop into Discord, hop into discussions on Twitter, this and that. But without fail, 1 Minute Man has always given him a tip every single solitary day. He did not give one that day. It's the only time. So he's letting this person dictate his entire business. But he always said, hey, thanks for the support. You always support me no matter what I do, whether you're here or not. And he's never there. He just gives the money and leaves. But this one time it's just like, oh no, do not play this game. Okay, I will play this game. He actually hit all of his goals for that game. His audience clearly wanted to see the game more. But because 1 Minute Man did not give his daily tip, to ban world it goes.
It's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
I'm stupid.
I'm thinking of throwing in a Star Wars Battlefront stream randomly in there, just for variety purposes, to have something different.
Oh god, no. Okay, field trip time again. I need to see what is Battlefront doing right now. Does it still not have its own category? Wow, it still doesn't have its own category on Twitch. Okay. Two viewers, 3 viewers, 8 viewers for 2. Yeah, the Classics Collection does not have its own. And there's one person streaming OG. My dude, this game is dead. This game is dead. It was dead on arrival. Here's the thing. I had high hopes for it. I had high hopes for it myself. I bought it, played it night one. Xbox worked, but also didn't work. It just wasn't fun. So I refunded it.
Different. I'd be totally okay with that. And then next week, not this week, but next week, okay? We've got the possibility of 2 things. Now, one thing is do, but now another thing is
selling
okay, so here's the deal. Everyone listen up.
1 Minute Man gave it a huge thumbs down.
The 25th, so April 25th. There's 2 things going on. The first is there's the release of this game called Another Crab's Treasure. Basically, it's a Soulsborne game. It plays like a Soulsborne game. All right, but it's starring a hermit crab who's fighting aquatic creatures. It looks cutesy, but apparently the gameplay is unforgiving like a Soulsborne game. It's a Game Pass game. So some people are interested in seeing me do this, and others are like, it's too cutesy, I don't like it. So already there seems to be a division among my viewers of, should I try it out or not? It is a Game Pass game. So even if we play it the once, much like Harold Halibut, if we play it once and it doesn't work, there's no commitment to keep going. We can just not play it any further, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, Fallout 4 is getting a current gen update to basically make it have performance and or quality mode selectors. Apparently it's supposed to run incredibly smoothly. Much like I said, when my wife played Fallout 76, basically, it ran great. Like, the graphics were absolutely outstanding for Fallout 76. Like, I couldn't believe how good they looked. And so that's what they're supposed to be doing with Fallout 4, giving it a patch that makes it run as good as Fallout 76, okay? I guess it's going to add some content, but it's not clear because it's weird. I looked at the official notes, and I didn't see anything about this, but people are insisting there's DLC content being added to the game about the Enclave, and I'm like, I don't see confirmation from that, but maybe I'm just not looking at the right sources. I'm not sure. Anyway, so all that is happening supposedly this Thursday for free. This is something that's going to happen for free for everybody. This is not like, oh, it's only going to happen if you buy it or something. If you have the game, that's a free update. Now, I have Game Pass, and all the Fallout games are under Game Pass. We're in the midst of Fallout Mania, right? And some people have been asking, will I play Fallout? And I'm like, well, I'm not playing New Vegas. I just played it. I can tell you right now, I'm not playing 76. It sucks. So the choices are Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. Now, Fallout 3 I've already played multiple times on YouTube. I think I've already done 2 full runs, if not 3, but I know I did 2 full runs. In addition, there are strong rumors based on leaks that happened last year during the Microsoft court case to buy Activision Blizzard that essentially Fallout 3 is going to get an update. It's coming. It's in the works. It's going to have a modern gen update as well. So then why play Fallout 3 now if what's going to end up happening is the Fallout 3 will get an update in a year, and now I'm frustrated because I just played it, right? So honestly, it makes more sense if I'm going to play a Fallout game, play the one I've only played once, play the one that's getting an update this week, and that would be Fallout 4. Now, some people have issue with that, because a lot of people, for some reason, don't like Fallout 4. Personally, I enjoyed Fallout 4 when it came out. I did.
Yeah, you enjoyed it so much that you skipped down on Leanna's brother's wedding. Couldn't go to the wedding because I gotta play Fallout 4. And I think they made he made up something that said that the wedding was gonna get doxxed too. I don't think that was ever true. But yeah, he like skipped out on the wedding because he had to play Fallout 4. Honestly, both of these choices, if you are a content creator, both of these are good choices. Like if you're into the Soulsborne games, Another Crab's Treasure I thought looked very, very, very very good. I would pick that up if you're a Soulsborne. I mean, right now, because Fallout the series is still ingrained in people's minds, people are watching it, enjoying it, and they're wanting to go back and play the games. Yeah, go play a Fallout game on your stream. But this is Phil. He'll get like 1 or 2 days of good support, and then it'll drop off, and then be like, "Hey, what the hell happened? I guess people are burnt out. Fallout Mania is not going wild."
I kind of looked past all the shortcomings of the game, which at the time everyone just wanted to talk about. Oh, the gunplay isn't as good because VATS isn't as emphasized. Oh, the building is and base protection is very annoying. The plot isn't as good as 3 or New Vegas. Those are all valid criticisms. All right, they definitely are. But I still liked the game. I wasn't in love with it, but I definitely liked it. In fact, at the time, I was all in the hype. I said it was.
Oh, wait, did that get leaned already? Oh, wow. No, it's up here. I've never Stellar Blade my snag game of the year. There is so much hype and buzz behind that release. You're on thin ice. Shut the fuck up about Stellar Blade. He's gonna ban your ass. I don't care if you're a sub.
I said Fallout 4 is my game of the year 2015. In retrospect, okay, I don't think it's as good as I thought. I think I was into the hype of it at the time, but I still think it's a fine game. Like right now, with Fallout Mania going on, I would much rather people go play Fallout 4 than Fallout 76, because I think Fallout 4 is more in the spirit of what the franchise has always been, while 76 was this weird departure to make Fallout games as a service and just print money for Bethesda rather than worrying about the quality of the game world. It's not. The game world is lame in 76. It's boring as shit. So yeah, and the thing is, again, with Fallout 4, I've only played it the once. I honestly won't remember as much in Fallout 4 because I've already replayed 3 and New Vegas multiple times. And it's got the update, right? It's going to run better, supposedly, and have supposedly new content. Now, what's the extent of that content? I have no idea. We won't know unless I try. So here's the deal. In May, if you're not aware, there is nothing new going on in May until the 3rd week of May, when we've got games like Hellblade 2, and I think there's 1 or 2 others. In fact, I'll just confirm that with you.
Oh my god, he's using Google?
In May, we've got Hellblade 2 on May 21st, the System Shock remake coming out for consoles on May 21st, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door remake on May 23rd, and Multiverse is re-releasing on May 28th. So once we get to the last 2 weeks of May, we've got a ton of shit going on. But we have 3 empty weeks to start off May. So maybe it makes sense for me to then play Fallout 4 during that time period and balance it with the end of Elden Ring and balance it with Helldivers and balance it with Street Fighter 6.
Oh, KMF, you're on thin ice.
Maybe balance it with Another Crab's Treasure, right? So here's the deal. I'm down for that. I'd be okay with playing Fallout 4 starting next week. If that's what people want, I'm okay with that. But I need to know if that's actually what you want. Keep in mind, we don't know how good this update's going to be, and also, from what everyone seems to think, this update will break all existing mods for the game, meaning all those mods that have been added to Fallout 4 over the years will not work, and all the mod makers will have to find a way to patch their mods to work with this new version of the game. So,
DSP Fan Club, we need more feedback and a significant buy-in to invest in a Fallout 4 playthrough this early after RPG Overload. You're getting leaned in, dude. If he captures that.
It's going to be able to play any mods. It's going to be vanilla plain Fallout 4 with whatever this new update adds on that Thursday and go from there, okay? So, let me know what you think. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I'm down for Fallout 4. I've only played it the once. I'd love to play it again and re-experience it now 9 years later with a more modernized setup, live, stream, webcam, live interactive audience. It's going to be so much different from the original run that I did 9 years ago, okay?
Yeah, you can tell me exactly where to go, what to do. Play the game for me, dude.
Kind of going back on the whole RPG overload idea, not to say that Fallout 4 is the traditional RPG in the way that, say, Final Fantasy 7 or Like a Dragon is, but it's still an RPG. But maybe after having a month away from RPGs, it'll be time to have another one in the mix, especially now with the height of popularity of Fallout that's seeing in the mainstream gaming. In fact, we could use this to transition into our next subject matter, Fallout Mania that's going on right now. In general, the Fallout TV show has seen critical acclaim and viewer acclaim. Everyone seems to like the show, with little exception. The little exception is people who just don't understand that not everything is woke just because it might have something that you don't seem mainstream acceptable. Like, for example, I'm not kidding you. There's people who are saying, the Fallout TV show sucks because it's woke, because there's 2 couples in it that are interracial, and there's a trans character. It's an 8-hour show. There's one trans character in the entire cast, and by the way, there's a supporting character that's played incredibly well, fits into the story, has no bearing on the story that they're trans at all. They just exist in the universe just like anyone else, so it's not a plot point. It doesn't matter. There's 2 couples that are interracial. Wait a minute. We have problems with interracial couples in 2024? We do? In what universe is there something wrong with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it's because I grew up on the East Coast, and now I'm on the West Coast, correct? But for me, to see people of different races, like, getting involved in romantic relationships is, like, a common thing. This is not like, oh, I've never seen this before. This is not a big deal. I don't even see why this would be a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense at all. To me. I'm just scratching my head. How does this affect the show or the quality of the show? These people are so obsessed with things that they're like, just because they exist.
Quick field trip. I'm kind of wondering if this has to do with Craig. Hang on. Can't type.
Who?
Shut up, bitch. Okay, right there. Also, I don't know if this has been in circles. It's like, I thought Craig destroyed Heels versus Face because of the whole, he freaked out over pronouns in Starfield. Let's see. Warhammer controversy. Oh, Razor Fist is back. Whoopee. Live from Las Vegas. The fuck? Capcom goes off the deep end. Capcom goes full war. Yeah, this is what I mean by fucking, like, talk to disrespect slaves. Taku's hypocrisy. Go. No, they didn't talk. I don't think they talked about it. If they did, they probably don't care. Just a fucking side scroll. That's a whole other thing. I was kind of contemplating attempting to restream a side scrollers, but I would get too mad because Craig's such a fucking idiot. Like, I'm happy for the detractor community that he was able to interview Phil last year, but like, he's been on the steady decline since. He's been on the steady decline for like years. That fucking podcast he did with Brad, it's just like, yeah, January 6th. Was that a good idea? I think maybe it could have been.
Regardless of the fact that if they have a bearing on the show, affect the plot of the show in a negative way, which they don't, just because they exist on the show is an awful bad thing, and therefore the show is bad. That's just incredibly stupid. In my opinion, it's just a closed-minded thing to think that way. How could you think that because there's interracial couples and anything that's bad? What does that say about you? Right? Where do you come from? You live in a place where only people of the same race can be romantically involved? What kind of a society are you living in? What kind of an isolated culture? It's kind of fucking weird. I'm sorry, it just is. I'm not saying...
sorry. The top chat thing is really broken on my OBS. I'll just keep the dashboard. He gave a 5-minute interview with like 10 minutes of actual content. I can't watch that interview, dude. I can't. And when I see other people reacting to it, I was just like, you're gonna watch this entire 5-hour thing? Like, shout out to everyone who just clipped the good parts. Like do you still play WWE Champions? Yes. Like, honestly, do we need anything else from that interview other than the fact that he admitted to play WWE Champions? Or also, too, that, what else did he admit? He admitted to a bunch of stuff there, but hang on, I'm gonna try something here. Okay, there we go. Okay, I just took the dashboard away there so I can actually see your comments.
To be a mix of cultures or whatever, right? But just because it's in the show doesn't mean that it's bad. It drives me nuts. These people.
Also, shout out to Sputtering Craig for like clipping. I think like Sputtering Craig is like the only real like side scrollers detractor out there that will like re-record his comments and then just put it out in the world there. It's just like, hey, just like with Phil, here's just how Craig contradicts himself here. You know, to Craig's credit, he does not bring up that stuff. He just kind of goes. He just keeps, you know, spouting his stupid right-wing rhetoric on the internet. But doesn't bring up because he's okay with it. He's just like, no, I didn't say Take Back Gage was going to take all your money. I said I was going to take your money. That's different. Anyways.
Anyway, outside of that very small group of people, everyone seems to like the show. Even those who are like the biggest fans of Fallout lore and are upset that the TV show either made mistakes with the lore or changed the lore. And I think that's really what it is. A lot of people are upset that certain things in the Fallout TV show aren't in line with the games. And now they're like, well, wait, Todd Howard is saying the TV show is canon. Does that mean it changes the lore of the games? Do you want to know the answer? Yes, it does mean that. It means that that's the lore they want to go with. Why? Because there's no of Fallout, right? To tie in with seeing the show and falling in love with this universe is like 7 years old. That's the newest one. So obviously they want to go with the lore of the show as the mainstream thing because we don't even know when we'll see another new Fallout game. What, another decade? So let the show be canon and then let the next games be in line with the show, right? I think that's what they're going for. And a lot of people are very upset about that because they were such adamant, staunch fans and scholars of the lore of the Fallout games and universe that to see that change for a TV show, they're like, I can't believe it. You know, these people are like, these are the same people, all right, who 2 generations ago would go to the Star Trek and Star Wars conventions and line up to see William Shatner or Mark Hamill. And they would wait in line. And finally, when they get to see them, all right, they would have a giant folder, and they would slam the folder down in front of the desk in front of them where the person was sitting and say, in episode 272, there was a line of dialogue that's not in line with the Prime Directive. Now, you got to explain to me what this means. And the actor would be sitting there like, it's a show, dude. It's a TV show. It's fun. It's meant to be something for entertainment. It's not real. It doesn't have to be. It never was designed.
I don't think that happens too often anymore, but like, I don't hear about convention stories where like people will ask them stupid questions like that. I think nowadays that people who are interested in not so much lore but also continuity. It's like people who screamed at Alec Kurtzman for the Klingons having ridges again in Discovery, or the fact that there was this spore drive that could send you to any point in the galaxy instantaneously. And you're like, well, if this existed, and this is currently actually the Prime universe, the universe that, you know, TOS and TNG and DS9 and all that are in there, they would be like, well, if this spore drive existed, how come Voyager never used it to get home? And then they have to kind of explain that away with like punishable by death or whatever. And like, it's Blockhead, human stepsister. Who's that? There are some that take it a little too far. There are some that just have it for joking purposes. I like to joke about continuity errors all the time. And so do the actors too. Like there is, if you go look for online, there is a convention video of Maria DeSertis from Star Trek Next Generation who played Deanna Troi. She had this thing where like for like 5 or 6 seasons, she wore like the dresses and that purple number with the low cut, the V-neck, and but then like in the premiere counter Farpoint, she had a uniform, but then after that she didn't have one. It wasn't until There Are 4 Lights, Chain of Command, and Jellicoe came on board. He told her, like, if I'm gonna have a bridge officer serve on the bridge, I expect them to be in proper uniform. That's when she got her command uniform, and she just kept that. And she made a joke that I gained 200 IQ points after I put that uniform on because there was an episode where I explained how the warp drive of a Romulan warbird worked. And do you know who I was telling it to? Geordi and Data. Arguably the 2 smartest people on the ship, the chief engineer and the android. So even they know about some of this shit. It's all in good fun, dude. It's all in good fun.
To be, what is wrong with you? You're not supposed to obsess over it like that. Okay? That's, and it goes back then, these people were dismissed as obsessive people. Today, it's like cool to be like that. Because now you can go on the internet and join an online community like that. And you can completely obsess over something that's just supposed to be a part of pop culture and not the whole obsession of your life where every little detail of the universe must be in line and make sense. There's going to be things that don't jive. There's going to be things that can't be explained or don't line up. No one cares that much about it, including the fucking showrunners.
Oh god, I saw that bucktooth phrase. But isn't it okay to be passionate about something you like? Isn't it cool to have like a franchise that you care so much about if they make this little thing that you can discuss it? Yeah, some people take it a little bit too far and, you know, death threats can be sent out. But listen, like, yeah, his chat's revolting again. It's like people are huge fans and want things that they love to be canon. What huge nerds! They might say the same about people who go to Street Fighter tournaments. It's just, yeah, if fandoms are fandoms, and, you know, you can get some bad apples that ruin it for everyone, but, like, isn't it fun to go and discuss, like, the MCU, or the Star Wars universe, or the Star Trek universe, or the Fallout universe, or World of Warcraft, or whatever, like, lore and game. Like, if there's enough of a property, isn't it fun just to discuss this stuff? I think he's about to say, get fucked or go fuck yourself. He's getting ready for that. What?
Do you really think Todd Howard cares that there's a date in the show on a chalkboard that's not in line with the dates of the games? Do you think he gives two flaming shits? He doesn't care. He cares about the money that's being printed right now because people like the show.
The True Corporation. Last of Us comes out, Phil shakes his fist. Fallout comes out, Phil tickles its jigglies. Make that make sense. Yeah. He just hates Neil Druckmann. Anything Neil Druckmann produces. Last of Us was fantastic. I will always stand by that. Like, he said that, oh, this is when video games, you know, come back to prominence. No, it was Last of Us. Last of Us was fantastic. Did they change some stuff? Absolutely. You know, they made what's his face deaf. And they had a working arcade machine during the Left Behind DLC episode. And it was MK2. And I'm pretty sure HBO Max and Warner Brothers like paid a lot of money to have Mortal Kombat 2 in there. Was it MK2 or MK3? I can't remember. Might have been MK2. Anyways. Club. Yeah, seltzy water.
So, all that being said, okay? all
that being
said, Fallout Mania is real. And absolutely everyone is going crazy right now for Fallout Mania. Everyone wants Fallout. In fact, Fallout 76 numbers on Steam typically gets around 16 to 18,000 players. Now has like over 40,000. So it's almost tripled in the amount of player base. Fallout 4, for the first time ever, had over 100,000 concurrent players on Steam. Okay? So there you go. And that's pretty crazy. To me, that this insane amount of popularity is now coming to Fallout. And isn't it ironic? Because this is probably, right now with this TV show, no exaggeration.
Plumber fixes leaks. I bet Phil would rage in a Street Fighter show that Blanca came from Mexico and not Brazil. He would have every right.
Probably the biggest mainstream appeal Fallout's ever had. More people now are understanding how cool Fallout is for the very first time. And there's literally nothing else to consume that's less than 7 years old. You want to talk about a mismanagement and a misstep? This is the direct definition of it. That Todd Howard completely mismanaged his studio to the point where now they can't even make a fucking video game. There's no Fallout games on the horizon. Shit, there's not even an Elder Scrolls game on the horizon. We have no information about the two biggest franchises from the studio. They're just lost in development hell. Meanwhile, Starfield came out last fall and it's an insane flop. No one likes it. No one talks about it. No one gives two fucks about it. So,
but you just said it tripled its player base on Steam, so people obviously care now. And they had a healthy enough community where they're still producing content for it. Phil, I swear to God, Phil thinks it just because, like, he doesn't like it, that everyone hates it. It's like that comment I always saw for, like, Angry Joe when he went up against Jeff Keighley. It's just like, I'm the voice of the people. I'm the voice of everyone. And then he got there, he didn't know his shit. Yeah, great voice there, Joe.
So why? You gotta ask this question. What were they thinking? Pushing a Fallout.
What were they thinking? I swear to God, if I never have to hear what were they thinking again, James Rolfe ruined that phrase for me forever. And ruined a lot of internet YouTubers' minds with that phrase.
And now have absolutely nothing to offer anyone that's new. Nothing. Not a comic book, not a mobile game, not a mainstream video game, like nothing. We have nothing to offer you that's less than 7 years old. What kind of a strategy is that?
So what? Like, there's a time where we never had new Star Wars movies. But you could still get Star Wars stuff. It's like, hey, like the Power of the Force line from Kenner for Star Wars. Is there a new movie out? No. Like Return of the Jedi was still from '83. We're still getting Star Wars stuff. Like, I know it was probably to build up the hype for, like, you know, Star Wars special editions, but like, you still, like, if a franchise is good enough, it doesn't need to produce new content for it to sell.
It's moronic. And this is Todd Howard in charge. Do you really think Todd Howard knows what he's doing at this point? I don't. Much like Phil Spencer, much like all these guys who at one point people looked up to them as these big bastions of games and game development, and, you know, they're doing an awful job. That's why we're 4 months into 2024. And can you say one game that's been the big game that everyone's been into this year?
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I can't think of it. Honestly, I'm trying to remember what came out this year. I mean, there's been a few games, but I swear to God, if he's like, if nobody's still talking about this game like a month after release, then it's a failure. Nah.
Third into the year, and there hasn't been one single big game. They're all kind of meh, and then they just die out and fizzle out. One of the big game, Hell Divers 2, which no one heard of until it came out and became virally popular. That's the big game. What happened to these companies? They used to be able to make consistent.
Yeah, and you hate them for that. You're like, this isn't a AAA game, but it came out of nowhere because like a lot of people are playing it. It's like, what's your problem? He is such a consumer.
Good games that would be high profile, AAA. Everyone would be talking about them. The entire game community would be into them. Now none of that happens anymore. Right? This is ridiculous. When Fallout TV show comes out, there should be fucking Fallout content to consume to supplement that desire. Not
why? Why can't the show just exist on its own? Why do we have to have all this stuff around it?
I go back and play Fallout 76, which is 7 years old and it's an online MMO piece of shit, or Fallout 4, which is 9 years old and arguably people didn't like it as much as the previous two. Well, maybe I'll go back and play the 16-year-old Fallout 3, which is the best of them all. But it's like, what a joke! Right? Really, what a joke! I don't know what they did here. Like,
then don't play the games, Phil. Don't play them. If you don't, if you're like, oh, this game's too old, then why do you care? Don't play it. Go play the crap game then.
This is supposed to be, Todd Howard is supposed to fucking be the lead of the studio. I feel like he doesn't do anything anymore. Like, what the fuck is he really doing? He's lying about games and shit. He goes out and lies about Starfield constantly. The game comes out and the game is terrible and not in line with anything he promised, right? He says the Fallout TV show is canon, but then it contradicts the lore of the games 20 times. So then what's really true?
Yeah, people are calling him out, selling indulgences. Really didn't see Last of Us 3 go live when Last of Us TV series. Exactly.
Right? Anyway, in my opinion, I'm happy that this is happening. I'm sad that Fallout Mania is basically creating kind of a chaotic situation where no one really knows what to consume. You know, at least when the Witcher TV show came out,
people know what to consume. Like I said at the beginning of this stream, I've seen so many people go on Steam and buy the OG Fallout, like Fallout 1. It's not a first-person shooter. It's a top-down RPG. So many people are getting into the series now, and that's a good thing. You can take that market research and be like, okay, what do people like about all of our old games? Let's put that into the next one. I still think we're still years out from Fallout 5, unless they've got another team working on it. I mean, Bethesda right now is still working on Elder Scrolls 6, which they said that probably be another 3 or 4 years out.
There was one piece of content to consume, Witcher 3, right? When the Halo TV show came out, as bad as it was, people went and played Halo Infinite, right? Now, you go and play, what am I going to play? A shitty MMO, or a not as shitty, but not as good as the previous game that's already almost a decade old? Like, what do I play, right? So, anyway, that being said, I like Fallout, and I hope that you guys would want to see Fallout 4. I'm down for that. You know, early May, that's what you guys want to do, is play some Fallout 4 and balance that with Elden Ring, balance that with other...
Wait, he's gonna wait till May to play this? Dude, like, again, you're not striking the iron, or you're striking the iron, oh, it's hot, or whatever that, my brain's breaking on the phrasing right now, but like, strike while the iron's hot. You're not doing that. You should be like, nope, Street Fighter canceled, Elden Ring canceled. Because people are talking about Fallout now, we are going to play Fallout now. But you're not doing that. You're just going, maybe. It's like, again, you are waiting until the hype dies down on something to jump onto it. And then when you don't get the support that you want and the viewership that you want, you'll be like, what happened? Where's all my stuff? You told me to play this. Yes, but now. Oh my God.
That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
Games and multiplayer games, that sounds like a plan, okay? So I hope that you guys will join me for that. And if not, well, then I would like to know what it is that you would like to see. Please share.
Oh God. Why do I feel like you're just trying to invent something to complain about because you're bored? That got leaned. I bet you anything that got leaned.
Share with me if that's not it, right? But I think that it would be a great idea to start this, okay?
Siege mode.
At least until we get to bigger, better things. Like I said, in late May, there will be multiple new releases to play, okay?
Club, choo. How far am I behind live, Phil?
Right. That's what I got for today, folks. So what we'll do now.
Oh, he's playing game.
Okay.
48 minutes.
Cool. All right. On the YouTube side of stuff, I believe there was one super chat. For some odd reason, it's not showing up. Oh, I know why. This is the wrong leaderboard. I got the wrong leaderboard up. BB Phil did a super chat this morning, because I wouldn't mind getting Indian for the Fighting Feast in May during the Street Fighter event. If that's what we end up doing. Right. We do have to decide what the next marathon will be. We've tossed around various different ideas. One would be, I'm going to call it a fighting game fiesta. We're not going to call it the Fighting Feast. We already did a Fighting Feast last year. We'll call it the Fighting game fiesta if we do it. But if we do that, my wife is going to make food. Like, she's actually going to do what she did last time, and she's going to take some recipes out of the Street Fighter cookbook, and she's going to make some of them for the show, or for the marathon. So we won't be ordering food then. We'll actually be having homemade food. What? I don't know if we haven't gotten to that point to discuss it, but that's what we will do.
Speaking of food, I gotta.
That's what we end up doing. I'm not sure.
Speaking of food, I gotta check my pantries and shit just to see if I have the right ingredients for. Found a recipe online for an air fryer meatloaf. Really give that a shot tonight. Definitely the glaze. I don't like glaze on meatloaf. I know it's supposed to toughen it up and glaze it there, but like, I like just pushing everything together, throwing it in there, and it'd be done. Oh, this is getting leaned. Number one, RO. Oh. Stop banning me just because you don't like what I have to say. I'm not trolling you. I'm not thrashing you. All I am is expressing my own personal opinion. If you can't handle that, then get off the web. You're getting leaned.
Big Mac just re-upping their membership. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel. Excuse me, a little gas there. Okay.
At least I got blocked.
Let's swing over to tips, shall we? We start off today with a $20 tip from BB Phil. Let's start off today strong. Let's unlock some of these goals. What was your favorite moment unlocking a character or item in a video game? For me, it's probably unlocking the red flying cap in Mario 64. They had an N64 set up at the local mall, and a random kid showed everyone how to get it. We all rushed back home as fast as we could and unlocked it ourselves. It was before you could just look everything up on the internet. So suddenly receiving any game knowledge about this was really special. For me, the first major unlocks in anything would have been fighting games. You know, back in the day, you had a standard roster of characters that were in the game, but then in games like Mortal Kombat, the Versus series of fighting games, hell, even like the Street Fighter Alpha series, I remember, you would have secret codes that you could put in on the character select screen to get new characters unlocked. And I really enjoyed that. Like, I remember Street Fighter Alpha 1, M. Bison was the boss, but wasn't playable, but if you put a code in, then he was playable, and he was, like, godlike in that game. So, that's, like, my first experience with serious unlocks of anything of that capacity. And much like you just said, it wasn't common knowledge. Like, you would go on the internet, and you get a code, and half the time the code didn't work because people got it wrong. So you'd be mucking about trying to figure out how to get it to work, and then someone would randomly get it to work because they actually did it the right way, and the code was wrong by, like, one input. Like, how the fuck did that happen?
Oh, God. Yeah, what are, like, no mention of Nintendo Power, GamePro, or any other these other gaming magazines that would give you this stuff. A lot of it too, like, was word of mouth back in the day. It's just like, oh yeah, if you type in this input, this will give you like, I don't remember. I know I didn't look it up on Nintendo Power. I think like it was just passed around the schoolyard. It's like, if you wanted 30 lives in Contra, here it is. You know, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. The Konami code, right? Like, I don't remember finding out the origin of that thing. It's just something that you were talked about. It's like, oh yeah, do this and this and this, and this will unlock it.
Right? So, that was fun. That was always very fun for me.
And some of them I found by accident. Like, I remember finding the Killer Instinct turbo mode. It was like I was just mashing buttons before the match started, and then I heard like a whoosh, and then like the game got faster. It's like, oh wow, I think I found something.
Getting the unlocks of secret characters in fighting games in the arcades. You know, having that social experience of doing it with other people. You're not just playing the game at home, but you're actually there with other people with those characters now available to play, which is really neat. I received a $2 tip. What is your opinion on Uden? I was going to pre-order. It looks like it's a watered down Suikoden 1 and 2, which I really enjoyed. I know nothing about it. From what you guys are telling me, I guess it's supposed to be the spiritual successor to the Suikoden series, but I haven't seen it. As you know, with
Let me do that again. Go normal speed. Oh. What was that word again, Phil?
you guys are telling me, I guess it's supposed to be the spiritual successor to the Suikoden series.
Successor. 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 Dude, I had to say this phrase in my latest video. By the way, go check it out if you haven't already subscribed. I have a video called 10 more modern retro games to check out. In my brain, I was slowing myself down so much to try not to say successor like Phil does. I'm hopefully I hopefully pronounced. I said it right. I went back and listened. I was like, yes, I said successor, not successor. Jesus Christ, Phil. Also, Jade's in chat. See ya, Tom. Tom K.
Series, but I haven't seen it.
Helldiver
As
not
you know, with
friendly
all the
to Jade,
RPGs that
apparently.
came out this year. I'm just not into playing another JRPG at all, and it sucks because I really do feel like, that would be something I'd be interested in, but it wouldn't catch on with the audience right now. I need to kind of focus on things that are hot and more interesting right now, action-based, as opposed to slow turn-based combat. You know, it's just not going to work. So, yeah, I mean, maybe in the future I'd be interested in it. Right now, I just don't think that there would be enough or any interest in my audience. Okay?
Rip, it's gone.
All right, hold on, because I got a bunch of tips here to shout out. I just gotta get it to load.
True. BB Phil, thank you for being such a positive influence in the chat. Sorry, just giving money to someone is not a positive influence.
$10 tip
Huh?
from 1 Minute Man.
I don't have a whale call. What can I use for a whale call? Maybe Kevin Nash?
Oh yeah, I got this. What a pittance.
It's only $10, so
Okay,
yeah.
Here we go.
Phil?
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Well, basically, 1 Minute Man, he disagrees with my take on Fallout lore. That basically, I'm saying that people take it way too seriously, and he thinks that my take is incorrect, and that I should respect those who like the lore so much. I'm not saying you can't like the lore so much. I'm just saying, understand that when you have a situation like this right now, there's a TV show that's made. It's the only piece of content in 6 to 7 years you've had out of this franchise. This free TV show will be what becomes mainstream popular, correct? We can all agree there, right? Like, that's it. We know there's no Fallout games coming. That all is a given. So either you like the show or you don't. But to sit there and micro-analyze every frame and say, well, this is acceptable and this is not, and this isn't fair, is this a mistake, or is this a lore error, or is this not explained yet? At some point, again, like I said, when you go to a convention, you...
Well, isn't that fun to do? Like, I love Trek culture. Whenever they review the latest Star Trek episodes off of Paramount Plus, especially Lower Decks, there's so many Easter eggs. And I love Sean Farrick for going through all of those Easter eggs, what their meaning is, what they reference. And I love that too. When the Mario movie came out, like, people were like micro-analyzing and going, it's like, oh, have you seen this frame? Mario's got Star Fox's R-Wing on top of his TV while he's playing Kid Icarus. And like, this is kind of this. And then also too, like, there's like a Duck Hunt billboard, and they're at Punch Out Pizza, which is references, and there's like an actual Jumpman's in the game, and he's voiced by Charles Martinet. Like, people love this stuff. Like, people love the microanalyze because you get so much cool shit off this. Phil hates fun.
Pound the actors at the convention about little mistakes? No. And people who used to do that used to be treated like, what is wrong with you? Right? It's just supposed to be for fun. It's not that serious. Today, it seems to be mainstream acceptable to be overly crazy, analytical, and serious about entertainment. Maybe at some point, if you become to that level, you should take a step back, take a deep breath, and realize that what you're doing is obsessive, right? You don't need to be that much into it. You know, I love Street Fighter. I'm not going to sit there and microanalyze every piece of every game and every piece of lore and scream at them about it. And some people do. Some people literally... Do you remember the debates about poison back in the day? That is poison a man? Is poison a woman? Is poison in the middle of a transition? Is poison this or that? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Why are we even arguing about it? It's entertainment. It's not meant to be taken that seriously. This is not a scientific data point that's going to determine how mathematics are calculated that's going to affect our world. It's just, it's a story meant to be something to be consumed in free time for entertainment. But I think that's the problem, is in the modern world, a lot of things that used to be for your free time now just become for all of your time, right? How many people get so immersed into game universes, TV show universes, movie cinematic universes, that this is like the end-all be-all of who they are now? Dude, it's supposed to be something that you spend your free time on and then you move back to your real life. Not that this...
What if it is their free time? Like, you're just looking at someone's video that maybe goes up on YouTube, and it could be like a half an hour, an hour and a half, or, you know, however long it may be. So that one video when they're talking about it, it defines their entire existence. No, you know what they probably do? They put that video up and they go out and they go to their job, or they go out to dinner with their significant other or with their friends. They go out and do other things. Maybe there are people that just obsess over to that. That's their life, dude. You hate people microanalyzing your life? Why are you hating on people microanalyzing other things?
This is the consumption of your entire real life. If you have time to microanalyze every frame of the Fallout TV show, and you think that it's important, perhaps you should reevaluate your real life. There's other things going on. You can watch the show and enjoy it for what it is and not freak out at a lore error. But again, what happened is now we have all these online communities. And these online communities have almost like nurtured the growth of this mentality that this should
The mentality. TTT.
now be how you are. You should be obsessive over. I mean, Fallout TV show is not the first time this is
Okay, I gotta read this here. 499 super chat from Bloomkit. The lore is a huge part of Fallout. They should have made more of an effort to make sure the TV show fitted the established lore. Okay, I don't know, like, cause like I'm not ingrained in Fallout. I played a little bit of 3. I think Bethesda first person RPGs are really not my thing. And so in saying that, I don't consume it. So, but you know, shout outs to the people who do, and if you love that, cool. Like, I don't understand like the difference between, you know, what was lore and what wasn't within this. But I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's the creator's right to change the lore how they see fit. If they said, no, it was actually this, I'm the creator, so it is mine. I mean, people are gonna yell and go, hey, no, I've consumed everything you produce, and I say it's not lore. I say it's not canon. It's like, I mean, yeah, you can say that, but I'm the creator. This is my creation. I say it's lore, so go right fucked.
Star Wars and Star Trek have been like this for the longest time. Okay, they really have. They were almost like the originators of this kind of behavior. Okay, and then you could argue, like, remember how people used to obsess over The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones? It's kind of the same thing, you see? So, I get it. If you're a huge, hardcore fan of Fallout, and now you're watching the TV show and there's all these changes, you're like, well, I hate this. I got you. I kind of agree with you there. But there's really one person to be mad at, and his name is Todd Howard. Todd Howard fucked everything up. He didn't make any Fallout games that were worth playing. He screwed the lore up with 76 to begin with, and now he's got this show going on, and he's saying it's canon. All Todd Howard had to do is say the show is its own entity, separate from the games. He didn't do that. He says it's canon. So it's on him, right? But instead, you know what I'm seeing? It's this weird idol worship of Todd Howard. Like, oh, well, he's infallible, so obviously there's things wrong with the show or whatever. It's like, no, there's nothing wrong with the show. The show is fine. It's the person who's in charge of everything. The guy who's supposed to be steering that Fallout ship, who really is screwing everything up for everybody. You know, I totally get that people would be upset if something that's so beloved to you has its lore changed. Same thing happened again. Star Trek, Star Wars, this happens all the time. This is a common thing that happens in pop culture. But at one point, you have to throw your hands up and say, it's just a TV show. It's just a game. It's not that serious. I might love it, but obviously the people who are in charge don't care as much as me. So therefore, either you accept the changes and you say, okay, they're there, whatever, either I accept them or you move on, right? One or the other. But again, what the internet has done, they've created this culture of obsession around it, correct? Where now it's okay to obsess on it. It's okay to microanalyze every frame. There will be people who, no exaggeration, off of the Fallout TV show will have a year of content.
I gotta go through this real quick.
I rabbit hole of this with Dark Souls because I watched a couple lore videos about Elden Ring when I was gonna get back into my second run here. I watched a couple lore videos about Elden Ring trying to understand things about Moog and things like that. And after I watched just a couple videos, of course, now my entire YouTube feed is now videos about Elden Ring, Dark Souls, lore, secrets. And I'm looking, I'm like, dude, there's thousands of these videos, and all of them have no exaggeration, hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm looking at it like, but I like Dark Souls.
Those are my views. I talked about Fallout. Me. Give me the views. And yeah, Phil, welcome to the YouTube algorithm. You go look for one video, and it starts recommending you more. This happened with me with Kingdom Hearts lately, because over on my Twitch, I'm doing a marathon where I'm playing through all the Kingdom Hearts games in story order. We wanted to check out the secret movie because I didn't do a like proud playthrough of it. Oh, hi, wife.
Hey, honey.
Mwah. How are you?
Just happy this day is freaking over with work.
Yeah.
TGIF, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but yeah.
I don't care. I've been swearing all day. Yeah, so he's gonna come by on Monday to get the check for the roof.
Mm.
Yep.
Good. I love our roof.
Yeah, got a roof done there.
Well, it's been years.
Oh, we're actually supposed to do it. Yeah, years in the making because
Years in
it
the
was supposed to
making
get done during
'cause-
COVID, and then
Well, it was supposed to be done during COVID, and then COVID happened, and like, oh shit.
yeah. Luckily, it lasted longer than it did. We didn't get any
Oh,
big leaks there.
We had no problems with they had no problems with the roof. There was no leaking, water, or any damage to it, so we were fucking lucky.
Yeah.
It was like, so that's what put the price down a little bit. It's like just those little things that saved our freaking asses.
Yeah.
Speaking of OBS, you're gonna have to teach me a little bit about this.
Yep.
For tonight.
Yep. Oh God, yeah. I gotta get that all set up for you.
Would be.
Shit. So let me wrap this up,
Oh no.
and then we'll well, then I gotta go check it in. Oh, actually, we do it. You want to do the meatloaf tomorrow night instead?
Tomorrow night I have D&D.
Oh,
let's
right,
do it
right.
Sunday.
That's a good day.
Because Sundays are always good days
Yeah.
for you and I.
I mean, I could probably get it done tonight.
That'd be pushing it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I can spend the day tomorrow
I know
getting all the
you,
stuff there.
I love you, but the kitchen's a mess. And
Oh yeah, and to go to my point there about earlier, Vork on my Steam is booting up Fallout 4 right now.
I don't know much about Fallout, but I know a little bit. I've
Yeah,
just been watching
just
some
talking
videos
about.
that's been
So
popping up random.
he's bitching about like how people are bitching online about the Fallout lore and all that. It's just
Oh,
like yes, when
no.
you're passionate about a
Uh-huh.
property, yeah, you want to be passionate about it, you want to talk about it, you want to discuss
It's
stuff,
like
you want
I'm
to do all this stuff.
passionate about Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
I don't
And like you
the
say, like,
toxicity that other fans are going like
Yeah,
trash bash.
and he's talking about how, like, you know, it's with Star Trek and Star Wars, whatever, and he's like, now it's culturally acceptable. Now here's where the YouTuber jealousy thing comes in. He's like, I looked one thing up of Fallout, and now I'm getting all Fallout videos, and they've got hundreds of thousands of views, and now I'm just like, you are crying because those are not your views. Those are your viewer numbers that you want.
yeah.
I know it's explained that I looked up the secret ending to Birth by Sleep because we're doing Final Kingdom Hearts stuff, and then it didn't date me. So it's like, oh, you search for Kingdom Hearts. Here's some more Kingdom Hearts videos, and then that's where I found the guy who had his friends go into his PC and install mods of Kingdom Hearts 3 to change
you
it
must
up.
have been laughed your butt off seeing all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Well, also too, like they actually changed like dialogue too. So like I think with young Xehanort, they changed him to Kermit. So they had one of his friends
I
dub
know
the.
you told me about this, but the chat doesn't know.
Yeah. Don't worry, I get that done.
I don't mind.
Okay. Wait, let me try to finish this up there.
Glasses up.
Okay.
Like Elden Ring. But
Good
I
here.
sit there all fucking day watching these videos that just micro pick apart every piece of the game. I don't think Miyazaki himself picked apart his games like these people do in these videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild how people get that crazy for something. I think at some point, and this is my take, and you can just...
So don't ask questions, consume content from Phil. The blimp with $5 Australian super chat, or is that if that's Argentina, that's getting leaned. People take content and entertainment and try to turn it into a personality. I swear this became mainstream in the late aughts with the Big Bang Theory. Okay.
back up and disagree with me, that's fine. Everyone agree to disagree. That's the beautiful thing about the internet, is everyone has a different opinion. In my opinion, I'm a variety guy, right? I like Fallout, but I also like Elden Ring, but I also like Street Fighter. So for me, I'm not going to get hyper immersed in one universe. Why? Because when something like the Fallout TV show comes along, changes the lore, that way I don't have to lose my mind. And if it changes the lore of the games and the games later on are ruined, I'm playing a million other things anyway. I'm good. I don't need to be hyper immersed in one thing. So many people are getting so hyper focused on like one thing of these games, and that's just my thing, man. I'm the lore master of FromSoft. I'm the fucking Fallout fanatic. I'm the crazy Trekkie, right? Which it used to be, and I don't think it's very healthy. Maybe you disagree with me, and again, you have the right to. But to me,
Crazy Trekkie still exists. Will always exist.
from my perspective, it's not healthy.
Speaking of Crazy Trekkie, I remember seeing on TikTok that Nerf made a limited edition Star Trek Type 3 phaser rifle Nerf gun. Oh yeah, I could yeah. Hang on a sec. Sorry.
We're not
Even
like
exception
them.
with pop culture stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, where are you, Butters? Nope.
Do you know what I am saying?
So now anyway, 1 Minute Man did another tip, and he's talking about different actors.
Huh? What?
I'm gonna read this. Hold on.
What
This I
are
can-
you talking about?
I can read word for word because the other one he was like he went really long, and I don't want to read a giant paragraph. But this one, he's talking specifically about the actor choices on the show. There's another $10.
Yeah, get fucked, 1 Minute Man. Don't give him a time paragraph. Just give him money and consume content.
All right, tip. He says W. Goggins, Walter Goggins, is a great choice for the part like this, as in M. Emerson. Kevin McLaughlin seems to have lost his screen presence. You know what I think it is? Kevin McLaughlin, who normally completely dominates the screen in Twin Peaks.
Wait. Did he say Kevin McLaughlin? Hang on.
Presence. You know what I think it is? Kevin McLaughlin.
Kevin McLaughlin. I was scared I was getting his name wrong. Jesus, Phil.
Do you know what I am saying?
No, that's one.
Stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
Who normally completely dominates the screen in Twin Peaks, and this he wasn't meant to. Like, he was meant to just be a supporting character, and they didn't give him a lot to say. That's really what kind of threw me for a loop. He's the overseer, right? And you would think that he'd be like a key part of the plot, and he seems like he's just swept to the background as a supporting character. And that's weird for me, having seen Twin Peaks and knowing what a great lead actor he can be, to see him just be a supporting character in the background, even though he kind of is one of the evil kind of masterminds or whatever. It was weird.
Just want
Um,
to miss you.
Oh,
Miss
you.
you all day.
Oh, dude, I slept in really late today.
Well,
I didn't get up.
considering you woke up earlier than expected the other morning.
Yeah, I didn't get. I didn't get up until 1:30.
You what?
1:30. I slept until 1:30.
Oh my god!
I went to bed at my normal time, so I thought I was gonna wake up around 11 or so, but I was just like.
I remember the last time I woke up at that point. I think I was sick.
Yeah.
If not, it was when I was recovering a long time ago from the accident back in the day.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyhow,
Pernell is Lucy
that
is
was a
too
long
nice
time
to
ago.
Like a sweet puppy in the wilderness, the character should be more gritty. Well, I think that was
I
the point.
have you
That
on
was the point
the
of her character until
computer.
the end. Take a look
Cool.
at how she is at the
Thank
end.
you.
You can have
Okay?
some
I
extra
think that was her
views.
character arc, and now in season 2, it's completely different.
That's how you support your hubby, you motherfucker.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I
Phil
think
just has a view bot.
Young Cote de Pablo. I don't know what that means. I don't know who that is. He's like, I agree with you with the Marco Rappaport cameo. It's a very odd choice in a show like this because his public views, as you mentioned, he's wrong for the show. I understand that you're shocked. There's one specific reason. He's the most obvious flipping bird to the people who are deep in the lore of Fallout, and no one notices. That tells you all you need to know about the showrunners. I don't understand that. The reason people don't like Michael Rappaport is because he's been very vocal about politics. Okay? He is a New York City actor. He's got that New York City accent. He's been in a ton of TV shows and movies, but he's very, very vocal about politics. And people don't like that. They prefer their actors kind of are quiet about politics, and especially because he's not in line with the left-wing politics that a lot of Hollywood is. That's why a lot of people don't like him. So to see him in a show like Fallout, whoa, what a selection, because he's definitely not in line with Hollywood. Like, he's almost anti-establishment, anti-Hollywood as it is. And then to see him get cast in a ginormous Hollywood show like this is kind of a weird choice. Okay. And then we got one final tip. A $5 tip. In conclusion, the showrunners found the perfect balance for changing the canon and turning it into a soap opera set in the world of Fallout. Of course, it can still be entertaining, but now it's a new concept. In the vein of what they did with Star Wars, saying the Force is female. Did they do that? I missed that. Did they say that in the last Star Wars movie? I didn't see the last Star Wars movie, so I would have missed that if they did that. They're smart enough not to make the same mistake as... I don't know what the KK is. I don't know what KK...
No, they didn't say that. Most Star Wars fans were just mad that the lead was a woman. Most Star Wars fans hate the fact that there are women in Star Wars. But Freddie Prinze Jr. said it best on podcast. It's like, this thing's made for kids. Let the kids enjoy it.
KK stands for. And to say out loud what they're planning, the show has several flashbacks. And he's talking about Rey with an evil father. Finn had an armored soldier. He's making all kinds of crazy attachment. Oh my god, I'm so confused. He's literally talking about Star Wars and Fallout in the same sentences. It's confusing me. He says the scene with a pregnant woman taking a fork in her eye and then firing an SMG reminds him of Bill Duke in Predator 1987. What? Really? I think, in truth, you may have something there. I think that a lot of modern media has a lot of references to old media. I do believe that. I think that a lot of modern media has scenes that are reminiscent of things you've seen in classic media. And in a lot of cases, no one notices because the classic media is so old. Like, let's be honest, out of the vast majority of people who see the Fallout TV series, how many people saw Predator, right? You did and I did, but we're older, right? How many of the younger people who are going to see this show are going to understand if that is a reference or whatever, right? Right? So yeah, it's interesting.
Maybe the ones that still absorb content. I know many young people that will still like. I don't know if it is influenced by their parents or if they just do it for themselves or just watch content on YouTube. But like a lot of them will go out of their way to get retro consoles and play them for their own. Some of them don't like the practices of modern gaming and they just want the simplicity. I can't remember there was a kid, I think he was like 13, and like he was like, I don't like modern gaming, I love the feel of retro. And he like had like a 2600, NES, SNES, Genesis, and he's just like, whenever I have the money, I'll go and pick up something new from a store or whatnot, and then I'll just sit and play that. I thought that was pretty cool. But like, there are some people who will like absolutely refuse to go back to old content, and there was like that generation that grew up with Final Fantasy VII as their first RPG. They will never ever. A good majority of them said they would never ever go back and play 1 through 6 because they're too old and they're not 3D. And there's some that will, because they're like, I kind of want to see how this series evolved over the years. But yeah, to say that like everyone will not absorb old content is like.
And I don't know. That was a deep dive into lore that confused me. Thank you for the tips, 1 Minute Man, as always. By the way, just for the record, I don't want to be giving plot spoilers out about the Fallout show on my stream. That was the whole point of me doing the live review the other day. So I don't want to sit here and talk about plot spoilers. So let's try not to do that moving forward, okay? Because
Oh, proud BMW owner, you're getting leaned. Oh, first off, your name. Second off, would you consider Stellar Blade as a game to play the first weeks of May? He's not playing Stellar Blade. The girl's too hot, and you all are a bunch of immature idiots who'd be like, "Oh, she's got a nice butt." She does have a nice butt. I played the demo. I unfortunately am not gonna get it. It's not my spot, not my style. At first I thought it was gonna be more character-based action like Bayonetta, but it turned out to be more like Souls. So I was like, eh. The closest I ever touched to a Souls-like game was Jedi Fallen Order, and even then was like, I don't. Souls games are not for me.
we just talked in generalities. People who haven't seen the show would not know what we're talking about, which is fine. But I want to make sure that we don't screw everything up for people who haven't seen the show yet. Okay. Bloom Kit did a super chat, says the lore is a huge part of Fallout. They should make sure, or they should make more of an effort to make sure the TV show fit the established lore. I don't think they care. And again, if you want to know the truth, I don't think that's a showrunner issue. I think that's a Todd Howard issue. I think what happened is Todd Howard wanted to appease everyone at once, which you can never do. So he said dumb shit like, oh, this is in line with the games. And then when it wasn't in line with the games, he then had to fucking try to figure out ways to backtrack. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know for a fact the TV show is not in line with the games in many different ways. I called them out in my review from the other day. Go check that out. I'm okay with the changes as long as you accept this is a new universe. But then Todd Howard says, no, this is canon. That doesn't even make sense, right? It doesn't make sense at all. That's like saying, in a video game, someone has a big power fist, and it's always been told that it's magic. And then they make a TV show, and in the TV show they say, well, the reason this guy has a powered fist is because of technology. But they're canon. How can it be fucking canon? It's literally two different plots.
Because they are the creators. They can change whatever they want. Remember with Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok, Odin tells him that, oh, you're the god of hammers? Because, like, Hera destroyed Mjolnir. It's like, no, you're the god of thunder. And he's like, oh, I'm controlling thunder with this. And then immediately in Infinity War, there's just like, my lightning powers are not enough for Thanos. I need Stormbreaker. So like immediately, like, and it's like right after, because right after Ragnarok ends, like they had like the post-credit scenes, like Thanos shows up and kills half of the Asgardians. Like there's no sense. You could discuss it and talk about it all you want, but you cannot make them change their minds. You can't say, no, his powers came from the hammer. Like, no, the powers come from him. But then the next one's like, his powers comes from the axe. It's like, whatever. What they make.
Doesn't make any sense, but that's what Todd Howard did. Oh, it can.
It doesn't have to make sense. It's a work of fiction, you idiot.
Okay, Todd. I think here's the truth. People just need to stop listening to Todd Howard. Can we stop? He's a liar. Everyone knows it. He's literally known. His meme is tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Every word out of the guy's mouth is a half-truth or a partial truth. He lied outright multiple times about Starfield to get people to buy it. They did.
It's crazy that this man does not have a mirror in his office. So he can see that he's like super reflecting right now. Every word out of his mouth is a lie. Pot, kettle, black, you know the rest.
And the game was terrible. All the promises he made were lies. So why do we believe a word that Todd Howard says? Why do we even listen to him? You know what they should do? Tape his fucking mouth shut. We don't even need it. Like I said, literally if he leaves the company.
I really love to tape your mouth shut sometimes. That's why I have to pause you every now and then.
I think it'd be fine. He's hurting them more than helping them at this point. I don't see why he's with them. If you want to do a show that's Fallout, do a show that's Fallout. It doesn't have to be in line with the games. It could be its own universe, and that's fine. And if people want to go for that ride, they can. And if they don't want to go for that ride, they can ignore it until the next Fallout game comes out in 27 years when Bethesda gets around to making another one, right? But instead, we've got, no, it's all canon, so that way people who like the games will still consume the show and buy merch and do that. That's all it is. It's greed. It's Todd Howard and his greed. So we have to stop following these people with these crazy amounts of, like, almost idol worship, right? Todd Howard, he's such a big... No, he's not. He's a nothing. Literally, if you went to a Fallout event for the show and Todd Howard was there, I'd be like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing? What are you adding? You didn't write the show, right? You don't do anything. Like, get out of here. Go fucking home. Leave us all alone. Let us watch the show and see if we like it. But no, instead, oh, Mr. Howard, we love you. Anyway, the Blimp did a super chat. He says, people take content and entertainment and try to turn it into a personality. I swear this became mainstream in the late 2000s with the Big Bang Theory. Oh, a lot of people were like, oh, I'm the MCU. I'm totally into the MCU. This is who I am. Like, I watch all the MCU movies. I know all the lore, and I love that, right? And now that's kind of tapered off. Let's be honest. The MCU isn't nearly as popular as it was, and not a lot of people really talk about it that much anymore. Once Infinity War ended, that was, you know, the end of kind of that wave. Every once in a while, you'll have a Spider-Man No Way Home or you know, Spider-Verse movie. But outside of that, MCU has definitely dropped off. I mean, take a look at fucking Madam Web and shit, right? So it was just funny. Like,
That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
I'm stupid.
No, Madam Web is not the MCU. Who fucking told you that? Madam Web is not the MCU. Madam Web is his own universe. I don't even think it's the Raimi universe. I don't even think it's the Venom universe. I think it's his own universe. Madam Web is not the MCU. The funny thing about that is that, like, Dakota Johnson and all them, they all thought they were signing on to the MCU until someone had to tell them, no, this is Sony. We're not the MCU. Oh my god. He's so out of touch. Doesn't say Marvel Studios. It's not the MCU, my dude. Oh god. Butters.
Ow. That hurt my brains. Ow.
oh my god, my entire existence is I must watch every MCU piece of content, every show, every movie. I must be immersed in it, right? But this happens all the time with pop culture. And again, if you've been there, done that, and seen these cycles, I saw it happen with Star Wars. I saw it happen with Star Trek. I saw it happen with entire other things previous. I saw The Walking Dead. Then I saw the MCU. Now we're getting into video game franchises with Fallout and things like this because now these are becoming mainstream popular with these TV shows. It's the same cycle. It almost always happens. But somehow it's like it's the first time this has ever happened. I don't know.
I love his chat correcting him now. Madam Web was Sony, not Marvel. Fucking idiot. Oh, I have one of these too.
Is it? See, Dan the Man knows better than me. He says now it actually happens with anime too. I'll believe you on that one, please. That's a whole other Pandora's box I don't need to be opening. I know enough about everything else going on. I don't need to step into the Pandora's box of anime lore and things going crazy with that. Please let me step back from that ledge before I jump off of it. Okay? Cool. All right. Well, normally I would say, this is the point of the show where we do Q&A, but we've actually gone late, which is not surprising. Usually on my...
Oh, thank you, God. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Oh, no Q&A. No suggestion box. I did it. They ran late. Oh, God.
Return back from my day off. We have a lot to talk about. And today we did, right? This whole Fallout deal. So here's the little snippets, all right, of things to take, the takeaways from today's show. Number one, I played Fallout 76, but I didn't.
Number two, acknowledge Jade. He wants to leave. See you, Tom. Build. See you, Tom.
Play. My wife did, and I thought it was terrible. I'm not playing that again. It looks really bad. Number two, I have a live review of the Fallout TV series on my React channel. I hope more of you will check it out. Right now, it's just kind of meh when it comes to anyone watching it. I would hope that it will get more views over time as more people watch the show, but I guess we'll see what happens. If you like the live review format, I may do it for more. Other shows like The Boys, but also I may do it for other content like video game reviews and things like that. So I need feedback on that. Number three, it looks like next week with the potential of the Fallout 4 update coming out, that people may want to see me try it as a playthrough for May when there's nothing else going on. I'm okay with that as long as you guys are. Let me know. It's the only Fallout game I haven't played more than once. So it would make sense with this update that this is the one that I play a second time, but I would like your feedback on it. Do you want to see that or not? So those are the takeaways for today's podcast. Please leave feedback. Leave a comment on this video or come share your opinions on my future streams coming up here. I'd love to hear from you. All right? But in the meantime, that's going to be it. What happened? Eternally Bumps, he tried to send a super chat, but YouTube dropped it. What does that mean?
Stop everything!
Super chat worked.
Someone tried to give me money and it didn't work.
Unless YouTube screwed up. Which I hope they didn't. I hope YouTube is working. We had technical issues the other day with YouTube. It sucked. My Street Fighter stream got kind of screwed up because of technical issues. The reason I'm not talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is because Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 sucked. I watched my wife play it and we both hated it, and I have no interest in playing a sequel. It looks awful. I'm gonna be honest. The first game was awful, super boring, and I have no desire to play a sequel. All right? I don't even understand why there was like a follow-up. It just didn't seem fun at all.
Dan Man test.
Anyway. All right, Dan the Man just did a super chat and says test, and it worked. So I don't know what happened there. The super chat didn't work for Eternal. It worked for Dan. So thank you, Dan. The super chat.
Here, do it again. Super chat got charged too. Damn. Well, that's Phil's money now. That's YouTube's money now.
We can't do mods on Fallout 4 because the new update is going to make all mods obsolete, and all mods will have to be ported to work with the new version of Fallout 4. Therefore, I can't use mods at launch regardless. So the answer is no. I won't be able to use mods. That's actually why they were doing a whole fan-made expansion for Fallout 4 called Fallout London. That was supposed to be a whole new story, like a DLC expansion made by fans. And now the entire project got put on hiatus because they need this update patch to come out this week so they can adjust their entire project to work with the update patch. So, yeah.
That is only on PC. Yeah, because I think like Xbox mods are different than PC mods. Because PC mods are free. Xbox, they have like that little weird.
Hope that you enjoyed the show.
Shut up, Phil. I think Xbox has like that little marketplace in game that allows you to get the mods. But of course, it can't be like anything like copywritten. So no Macho Man Dragons or shit like that. Yeah, if you're gonna mod, just do it on PC. It's way easier.
Thank you for chilling here with me on the Level 1 podcast this morning, and I'm grateful for your support and for hanging out with me. Fallout Mania continues, and it looks like we actually may be having a little bit of our own Fallout Mania next week when the Fallout 4 update comes out. We'll give it a shot, right? But in the meantime, I thank you all, and let's have a good one. Tomorrow, I'll let you know how today went. Today, multiplayer Mania, essentially, with Helldivers 2 and Street Fighter 6, and I look forward to hanging out with you all again Saturday morning. But in the meantime, peace out, be safe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Okay. Cool. Let's get set up here. I actually don't even have my PS5 on. Reason being,
BITW awesome romance cast for fuck off.
70 degrees in Washington, which is again unseasonably warm for here. We usually don't have temperatures that high this early. And I was actually nervous.
And there's
my PS5 on. It would warm the office up during the podcast, which I didn't want to happen. So I left it off the whole time, and I'm turning it on just now. Hopefully, there's no issues here. All right, so
okay. So again, I can't believe he got to resize on one shot. Jesus Christ. But like, people were screaming at him like, well, why do you have to keep changing the resolution? And shout out to Anne for showing him this. Like, all you have to do is literally just make another source. And if you hold down shift, you could crop everything out. But he won't do that. Too much work, dude. This is way too much work. Going into your settings, changing the resolution, and having it resized and all that every fucking time. Like, you can have it preset, but you just refuse to do it.
Here we go.
All right, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna see. Or I catch up to live,
Yeah,
Phil.
I walked right into these landmines. What happened? I got blown to bits. I always forget about the mines. Every time I forget about the mines, and I die. Without fail.
All right, boring thing. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to do the pre-stream. That was it. Holy fuck, that was... I have more respect now. I've always had respect for Jad, but I have more respect for Distractors now to try and put up with this shit. I cannot do I can't do, well, on Twitch it's raids. I don't know what they're called on YouTube, but so we'll just end it there. So thanks to everyone who wasn't here for chat. I don't know, like I said, I don't normally do YouTube streams, but I said no one was doing a restream up until I found out that Jill Murray was finally was doing one, because I know he's in the process of moving and didn't have everything set up, but oh Jesus. Oh, Stream Deck has an update. Just kind of curious who else is restreaming him. Oh, Ice Yamamoto. Okay. I don't know. I was just checking the detractor areas and no one was doing it. I mean, when you go live, I mean, there's Phil, there's me. Oh, do you have to actually search DSP Gaming? Oh, there I am. Where's Chill? Did he stop? Odd. Okay. All right. I got nowhere to send it to. If you liked it, please let me know. I may do more while I'm still looking for work. If not. Oh, and shout out to Chad. Thank you for the like and the retweet. Appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that, my dude. Yeah, Chad, if you are yeah, if you're gonna be live streaming tomorrow, I'll be there in the chat as always. All right, I'm out of here. I ain't doing any more stalling. There's plenty of stuff for you to look at. Oh god, there's an AVGN on something called My Horse Prince. Okay, I gotta get off the internet. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe. We'll be live tonight over on Twitch on my wife's channel. I'll throw a link in there. And we're gonna play some Fortnite. We'll be live probably in a few hours there. But yeah, come over by and give her a follow. Okay, now I'm really out of here. All right, bye guys.